You are now entering the Ministry of Madness. Please remember that this is strictly an 18+ channel with adult content and views. People's views are their own and no responsibility is held by the host. Please leave now or forever hold your piss. There is no room here for snowflakes or degenerates, so get to fuck or get a kick right in the cunt.
There you are, peeps. There you are, peeps. I'll get rid of that. So I don't get a black screen. Not that I usually would with having the lyrics up. Tip learned from Master Ron. The most they'll give you is a copyright claim unless it's a band and, the song's got fucking silly million views, and then they'll have you anyway. Big up, James. Evening, Frank. I should have to learn. I should have to learn one of your tunes. Extremely hard to play and learn, but ram it up your poop shoot. One of the best fucking lyrics, psychedelic rock, whatever you want to call it, lyrics ever. Frank, there's been all sorts going on with shits to do with videos and other YouTubers. And it looks like he's hidden his channel for the moment for some reason. Yeah. So that's about all we know. All anyone knows at the moment. I only knew because I tried to at him in a community post about 15 minutes ago. Evening, Paul C. And his name came up, and as soon as I moved the mouse to click it, it disappeared. So I don't know whether it was just good timing or whether, you know, the tagging system is slightly lagging. But no, I couldn't tag him. Couldn't tag him. Get rid of that a minute. Evening, Ludon. Evening. Big up radio. Evening, Nicky. No, he's been going at me full hammer and tongs. Even though I haven't fucking mentioned him or anything. And now his latest thing is there's people from people asking if I'm one of Brian Cockrell's boys. And considering I'm not sub to Brian Cockrell or anyone on that side, I find it very hard to believe what he's saying is true. So I'll call him out on it. I know people on that side. I'll call him out on it. I'll just make a couple. I'll just make a couple of texts, and I'll find out. Simple as that. Evening, Joe. I haven't put the link out yet. Evening, Bagman. Fucking slacking. I've usually got it pinned before we even start, haven't I? So let's get this link out. And I've got to turn my missus machine off because it's making all sorts of pee-pee noises at me to turn it off. So, yeah, justice for shits. Taters all day long. I love shits. And people clash. People say things. And, I like Angela. I do. But I'm not the only one. I know shit's heard it as well. But I heard Angela threaten arson on shits on Jamie's stream. And I'm not making it up. I heard it with my own eyes. I was watching Jamie's and there was a couple of people talking, but she definitely threatened arson. But I like Angela. I do. But she definitely did. And shit's heard it. I know he fucking heard it. I know he heard it because he made a comment about 30 seconds a minute after about threats being made. So he heard it. He wasn't the only one that heard it. I fucking heard it. And I do like Angela. So I hope nothing really escalates from it because that's serial. Yes, Joe. Evening.
Yo. What's happening?
Evening.
You know that Shits took his own channel down. You know that, yeah?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I think.
So it's nobody's fault. Nobody's fault. Shit's same decision to take his channel down.
Yeah, I presume that. I tried to tag him and it was gone. So I
went to watch.
He done it himself.
I literally just went to watch I got a notification earlier. He had a fireman's uniform on. Yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
Well, I just clicked on it and it came up saying the video's gone because the account holder removed his channel himself.
Yeah.
Evening,
is that you, fella?
Good evening, mate. Yeah, it's me.
Evening, Alter.
Good evening. Evening, Joe.
Saturday, Ultra, man. How you getting on?
Yeah, I'm all right. Fucking tell you what, it's warm today, though. Sorry, guys, I'll let you stay in there.
No, I'm just saying that Shit's removed his channel himself, so we can't say anybody took his channel down, apart from he.
I thought,
you know what I mean? Why he took it down, I've got no idea. You know what I mean?
I was seeing shits in a chat, earlier on today. Could be wrong.
Well, like I say, I got a notification. I didn't go looking at it. It was like he had like a American Fire Brigade fucking kind of suit type thing, like hat type thing. And then when I clicked on it, it said the video has been removed because the channel owner has removed their channel, basically.
All right.
So,
Bloody hell.
you know what I mean? So it's nobody struck him, nobody's complained or whatever. He's just took his channel down. I'm assuming, unless there was loads of fucking complaints put in against him, and then he took his channel down. I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's, you know what, mate? Just another day on YouTube, isn't it? To be honest, fucking.
Nah, no, really. If you look at it, right? If you look at what's going on, right? There's certain groups that are infiltrating all the groups. One being Buzztards, the other one being Pap's crew, and the other one being Reverend Simon Tuesday's reject crew, the ones that are in Dafters and Grumpies because they got kicked out of Revs. But they all fell out. I mean, these are people all fell out a few weeks ago, like, yeah, within the last couple of months, having to remove themselves from people's Discords and all the rest of it because they were all kicking off, right? And that's why it's all kicking off. It's no us kicking off. It's the arseholes coming in and picking on people, marginalising, vilifying, causing dissent, causing distraction, and splitting your groups. It's a government tactic.
Bullshit. I called this bullshit. Go when they all turned up. Yeah, I questioned why were they doing it over here straight away.
Yep. Hey,
why are they doing it here in this community?
Ministry, they fucking slides I put in, which are basically JSOC slides, Ken. British and American government, how we infiltrate groups on the interwebs. Aye. I've been showing people this shit for 2 years. And they still fall for the same games and the same trips and falls, the snakes and ladders. They don't care, Ministry. As long as it's no them, they don't give a flying fuck. And if the people that are doing it is their friends, hey, that just means it's no them. It's even better. They'll give them a platform. Unless I've missed something. I mean, I can track Angela back to being under Pap's fucking table. She was the so-called joke slag. She was under his table all the time. And that's the same time as Pap, as far as I'm concerned, robbed a charity with civil disobedience these days. And civil disobedience proved that he gave the money, bank details and all the rest of it. Pap's told me, oh, I gave it to this charity. Here's a Facebook. Go and ask them. There is no telephone number to ask them.
Yeah.
That could be his Facebook. There's only one way to message them. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Show me the bank account details, Pat.
Yeah.
Show me Jamie's money getting put in, which is our money, all our money that we donated for that, fucking 3.5 years ago-ish. Yeah? Show us the bank details that Jamie did, put it in your account, Pat. And then show us it coming out your account, but not to fucking Tesco's so you can buy your brandy just before you had your heart attack and disappeared. Because that basically disappeared and he come back in his first video back. Oh, I've just walked round the corner and the police are here. How you doing, Pap? That's what the coppers said. Do you think they know him? Oh, it's fucking spectacular. Hey, that's what happened. He took money for a charity. Nobody can confirm that it got given to the charity. And then he fucked off with a heart attack. No, well. As he got drunk all the time, as he eventually come back and told us, oh, I was just getting drunk all the time with my bird. That's just what happened. And then I look a little bit further forward before they all break up. Yeah, I think one of the breakup points might have been, I don't know, Spider-Man, when he was chopping that cock off at BBC. And it was only Pap and Marty Blackburn there. And I could hear Spider-Man saying things like, where the fuck's the London crew? Where the fuck's everybody recording this? Yeah? Because they were supposed to be there. But they never got told. They never got told, did they? Even Piers didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. Because you saw him talking to the coppers just before Pap got arrested. Hey, you saw the coppers walk up like Piers going, I don't fucking know. I just got a phone call like, there's no one of my guys in the background. And then you see the coppers reluctantly walking over to Pap and that, and then getting arrested and he gets all his stuff took off him.
He must have been forewarned that he was going to be
there. They knew. They never told the rest of
them. And take his gear, make it look kosher.
Listen, they never told the rest of the auditing crew that was happening. Or the rest of the auditors, if you did get told, you just thought, fuck it, Spider-Man's a dick. Forget Fathers for Justice hero. You know, because that's who it is, Spider-Man, the Father for Justice hero, eh? Spider-Man did all that. That's the same guy that chopped that fucking beastie bastard's fucking cock statue to BBC. And he was served up for it. And you all got told, if you go watch Tyrant Finder's video with his interview, Tyrant Finder actually gives it away. He says, I'll write to you this time, Spider-Man, I'll reply. Oh, so Spider-Man, the last time he was section, was writing to you, you were just patching him, you bastard.
Yeah. Looks like me and Shits weren't the only ones who heard the threat of arson on Jamie's panel earlier.
Hey, come on, Jamie's all right with that. You're allowed to dox people's court docs and everything, man. Jamie's cool with that. My life with my UK lady did it to me. Still up. You can go look at it.
Nothing against, Jamie, but
Hey, he's a platform. He's a platform. No. The council elders.
I definitely heard Andrew threaten arson.
Hey, it's his platform, guys. He's responsible for everything. Like he told you, the council elders have been telling you guys for long enough. If you're the host and you let that happen, you're at fault. You're a cunt. Yeah. We should be removing your channel. We should be saying that's not acceptable. You should not come on YouTube. No, am I missing something here? Is that not what the council elders have been saying for the last couple of months? So why is the council elders not listening to their own advice? Is it because we look at them and go, you're a fucking retard? And they're like, oh, maybe it's a bit retarded to do that. Maybe. You know what I mean? I don't know. But they're certainly telling everybody else what to do and not doing it themselves. And I'll be honest with you, right? I've been really, really good for the last few weeks, just so I can make that speech.
Fair call, Michelle. Fair call. Very fair.
But I mean, all that.
Yeah.
But we're all sitting on about it.
I'm kind of lost. I'm kind of lost with what's going on. To be totally honest with you, but
I don't really. On the last couple of days, between shits and giggles, Jamie of Society X, Princess Angela.
I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of that Society X. Like, to be totally honest, but
yeah, it's been quite a lot going on. It's gotten quite. To be honest, the last 2-3 days, it's gotten beyond the realms of. Dark banter. It's gone past that, and it's got pretty serious today. Pretty real serious today. You know.
Yeah, fair enough. Fucking hell.
It's get this serious. I'm going to burn you. You know, Wonder Pets theme tune there, isn't it? You know what I mean? Because it's fucking childish as fuck. I never saw it all. You know what I mean? I clicked a little bit of it, but I went in and went, I'm not watching that. To be fair.
Yeah, I didn't see it all because I was sort of in and out and just come in with the dog, so I was in and out. And
I got tell shits was on.
When shits came on, I did sit and listen intently to what all parties, involved had to say, Yeah.
Do you know what I like shit as well? He does some funny videos. I've watched a few of his videos. Yeah.
I mean, he's clipped me. He's clipped me. I laughed at it. I put LOL in his fucking chat like I did. I was like, that's fucking quite funny, actually.
Yeah, I encourage him to get worse with me because he's done one of me and it was quite light-hearted, to be honest. But we did get on. And I've actually asked him to go as fucking Arsenal. Love it.
Mine's was quite funny.
I've spoke to him before. Damn shit. Seems right.
Mine's was like he says, this is what happens when Joe starts talking on a panel or something like that, man. I don't want to tell you, and it's just like quiet as fuck. The dog like goes just like gets all quiet and that, eh? I just replied back saying basically, that's right, you're who's listens. Yeah. I speak, you're who's listens, bro. It's all good. You know what I mean? We'll ask you why your house is quiet. But like I wasn't having a go at that, I'm just taking it as banter, having a joke back. You know what I mean? But it's like I don't really care though. Like fuck will threaten you, I'll just threaten them back. You know what I mean? And then they'll tell me, "Oh, you're threatening me," and I'm like, "What?" Because my threat's better than your threat.
Yeah, it's like it's their way, but they're probably the ones who started it. Do you know what I mean? But fucking, it's one of them.
You're allowed to do things to people, guys.
Started it, to be honest, I couldn't even say what started it. You know.
It doesn't make a difference. You're allowed to do.
I'm just sorry, Ministry. I'm just talking in general, like what happens on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But in general, it doesn't really matter. In general, most of these individuals believe that they're allowed to do what they want, and if you retaliate, you're at fault because you're just to take that shit. You're just to take that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's half of the time when you get clipped. That's what happens, isn't it? You know, and fucking when you watch yourself back, you feel quite guilty because you're like, hang on a minute, I wasn't even the one who started that. Yeah. This is just the internet for you, innit? So
it's just the whole part of the game. It's anything can be spun. Anything can be spun.
Of course.
You know? It's all bullshit at the end of the day. It's a shame that shit's actually shut his account down. But you never know. He might fucking just have shut that account and come back in another name. You know what I mean?
You know what it is, Joe? He could have been having a bad day anyway, mate. You know what I mean? And then that's happened. So you don't know what other people are going through, do you? So that's one of them.
Seemingly there was folk in the chat saying that shits was out of order.
How can you do diplomatic over it? It's fucking, that's the case sometimes. People have got shit to deal with.
Yeah, Shits did say some, stuff that, could be contrived or conceived as hurty words by some people, but I say them regularly, fucking spat wrong and things, right? And if you take offence, it's up to you. They're in the dictionary. They're proper words. They're not swear words. They're not derogatory. They are because children turned them that way, but they did have proper meaning. So, I'm not going to get offended or hurt by the shit like that,
But the key word you used there initially was if you take offence. They're taking offence to words. Right? No the other way about. I'll use words, right? Yeah. I remember somebody told me once, you can't say it, I'll stab you. Okay. And I was like, what are you talking about? When I say that's what happens, you get stabbed.
People say
right? I remember I was like, it was Anne Marie actually, right? And I said to Anne Marie, I says, Anne Marie, where you stay, you'll not get stabbed. You'll get fucking shot. You'll get shot when you stay, Anne Marie. Cunts, I'll tell you, shut it or you'll get fucking zipped, you cunt. I'll tell you what, I find that offensive, but that's just the way they talk where you live. Up here, we'll not shoot you. We'll stab the fucking life out of you. We're not going to go bang bang. We're going to get quieter. You know what I mean? Right? And that's me taking, that's puns, that's me taking the piss. But, like, I can go about the whole entire UK, and I can guarantee you there'll be different sections of the UK that will say shit that I'm going to no like. I'm going to oh, you can't use that word. But this, I use a word, and they're like, oh, you can't use that word. You know what I mean?
Evening, mate. Evening.
How you doing, Reece?
Mute the other stream. Yeah, not bad.
Folk are just greeting about shit. They need to realise that sticks and... Not a lot, man. Shits and giggles is shit as I could do, seemingly. But folk need to realise that sticks and stones will break your bones. Names will never hurt you unless you're a fucking spastic and allow it to happen. Your biggest problem anybody on here's got is the fact that you actually give a shit what people think. But in actual fact, it's only because you're so petrified and scared of public humiliation. That's why you have to shut people down an opposite way. Because you can't take it for real. You can't come on and give your opinion, and then when people turn around and say, no, I think that's wrong because you're being a retard because of this, this, and this, and this, and this, right? You're being a spaz because that makes no sense. You then get upset because you've been belittled in front of people. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah. People are just bothered about getting the piss took out of them online because other people see it and they might laugh at them. Well, I'm sorry. Whether you get ripped to piss out of or no online, we're all still laughing at you when you're online yourself. I know that a lot of people laugh at me, not with me. But I don't care. Yeah. You know? I know the people that are laughing with me.
You're going to get that also. Just comes with the territory. It comes with the territory, I suppose, doesn't it, being online, so...
Yeah. I mean, look at Reece, right? Reece the other day, right? He come on, right? I can't get says, was it your panel ministry or somebody else's? I can't remember, Reece, right? But we're talking about vibration and shit like that, yeah? Quantum mechanics stuff, right? And Reece, when I was speaking about something, Reece went, oh, yeah, fucker, that just made sense, Joe. And then he turned round, and I hate this, by the way, right? You're not as stupid as thick as what I thought you were, Joe. You're actually quite intelligent. Now, I hear that quite often, but it annoys me that you actually thought I was stupid in the first place. That's what makes me think most of you are stupid, because it takes you that long to figure out that I ain't being a cunt. I'm just doing it a certain way where it's easy for me to explain things. Yeah, it's how I understand
it's
it.
How you put yourself across, though, Jojo.
But the bottom line is, whether you like it or not, right? That's your thought process. How I put myself across. I put myself across how I find it easy to explain. My emotions, my feelings, my everything that you all say is important. I do it that way because that's how I get through it. You don't like it. You don't like it, and then want to chastise me, make me out to be stupid, make me out to be thick as fuck, make me out to be a lying, trolling, 33 brigade bastard when I'm right.
Joe, at the same time, Joe, everyone's not going to agree with you, are they? You know what 100%. I mean, mate? This is
100%.
This is the way it is.
And I also know that my audience is slightly different from your audience, Reese. I'll be able to get through to people you won't, you know, and that's why I didn't get upset. It annoys me when people say that shit, but it's why I also didn't get upset. I've been called the son of Satan for somebody, right? You know what I mean? And it didn't bother me. I knew he would come back eventually and say, "Okay, well, you were right there. I just got a bit of knee-jerk reaction," and that's what happened anyway. But I just didn't understand how you can all moan about people making opinions about you when you're doing the exact same to everybody else. And some of the brightest people within this community, you all call mongos and retards and don't listen to them. And these are the people that are actually getting shit right. Your opinions are turning out to be wrong, and you're still ignoring these people that have been right for years. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about other people within the community.
Specifically?
No, not you specifically, no. Right, but you can what I mean.
Well, what I'm saying to you, Jojo, is I make these mistakes because I'm a clumsy human being, mate.
Of course.
I'm subject to the same hypocrisies and faulty thinking that other human beings are subject to. I don't claim to be perfect. I get things wrong quite often, mate. And
Yeah,
when I do get things wrong, Jojo, I'll hold my hands up and I'll say I'm wrong, pal.
I'll do the same, right? But I'll go one step further 9 times out of 10. If I get something wrong, right, yeah, or I get told it's wrong, I'll give my working out on how I came to that conclusion, right? I won't just come out with something and no give you, and no just
it's
go like
me, Ministry. Good evening, sir.
How you doing, Vincent?
I'm on Mongo patrol. I spotted Joe on here, so I thought I'd better get on.
Listen, you stop taking Buzztard's patrols because he's the Mongo that goes on patrol. No, you. All right?
I have sworn to remove this community of fucking Mongos.
So when you leaving?
Vincent, there'd be nobody left in the community, mate.
There wouldn't.
That's what Vincent's here for. That's what Vincent's here for, people.
Flying around.
That's what Vincent's here for. He's a buzztard. He's here to destroy the community.
You're a buzztard too, Joe. Give it a rest.
No, I'm not. Shut up. You know Buzztard hates me. He hates me. He called me racist. He called me racist.
Merch. You know you have.
I've just got pictures of Perth. That's all it is.
Well, I've come on because I've just nipped into a shot. I heard you say, Ministry, that Angela had threatened to burn down Shit's house.
Yeah.
I heard
Doesn't that take...
There was a few people, they were talking over each other, but I definitely heard it, and a few other people definitely heard it because they've mentioned it in comments and whatnot.
Well, that needs clipping. That needs clipping there because she can no longer play the victim.
I'll clip you.
Hello,
guys. Everybody all well?
Yeah, man.
All good in the hood?
Yes, indeed.
Well, I just wanted to pop up for half an hour before I go and settle down and watch the telly.
So you've just broken my stride.
I know. I was just about to apologise.
Vincent.
I just wanted to say, well, I thought the Ministry knew it was me. That's all. Sorry, Vince. Carry on, sir.
Get your will eyes out of the way. I want to continue.
Carry on, Vince. Go on, bro.
Well, my point was Angela and Ailta. Angela can no longer play that fucking victim who had police protection in a hotel for a night for all the bullshit that she was receiving on YouTube. If she's threatening to burn people's houses down, she's just as bad.
But the thing is, Vincent, but the thing is, I bet you that live will be done by now, and it'll not be there, you know?
If somebody can grab it, that would be great.
I'm not getting involved.
I could have done, but I didn't.
Where was it at?
Society X's.
Oh, today. I heard her alluding to something. I went up and asked her, and she said no, she wasn't alluding to, you know, what it is. I'm a bitch. You know.
Comes on.
I don't understand her, man. I don't understand it, to be fair, but...
I like Angela, and it shocked me a bit that came out of her mouth.
It's the first time
Did they shock me? Did they shock me? Angela, I'm not bad, man. Did you get that message I sent you last night?
Yeah, God, I was in bed bad, man. I've been bad all day as well.
He wasn't bad mouthing you or anything, but he did read your message out, and I thought that was a bit... That's
It wasn't. It was nothing bad anyway, mate.
No, it
to
wasn't
be
that
fair.
bad. No. But it's just because I saw it happen, I thought
Thank you,
people telling me.
11-11. If you do it before...
Listen, but Jojo, when you
11-11
text
said they're going to clip it, and if they do, if they let me know that it's up, I'll
when
play it.
when you're texting people like that, though, Jojo, you've got to expect that. You know what? People read messages out, don't they?
I didn't really know him personally. I only know a Tyrant Searcher. It was his live
Jamie.
that happened on. You know what I mean?
Jamie's
So.
got it. Jamie's got the footage, and it's been screen grabbed, and he took it down just in case of reporting. So Jamie's got the footage.
Yeah.
I've never heard Angela speak like that, to be fair. That's the first time I've heard her speaking like a loading, threats, to be fair.
You've got to ask yourself what has led up to the point that
Shooting
somebody
Paul.
who's normally quite
Yeah, but when does it come acceptable? Yeah, but Reece, I get you, Reece, but when does it come acceptable?
I'm not saying it's acceptable. It's not acceptable. But as I said earlier, we're all faulty human beings, Tobbs. We're all
Well, shall we work out what led up to BBA saying things about you, Reece? Shall we look at all of the things that happened to BBA before it called you out?
So are we playing whataboutism here, Vincent? Is that what we're doing?
Well, no. What I'm saying is bullshit, Reece.
We're distracting away from the argument. We're distracting away from the argument to focus on someone else, aren't we, Vincent?
Are you in turbo sit mode?
Away from the argument so that we
are you in turbo sit mode for Angela? Is it because she's female?
No,
it sounded as though you
normally
were...
Angela comes across as a very pacifistic sort of person. That she's not one that normally resorts to threats of violence. Pacifistic, yeah, as in she's a pacifist.
That's not a word,
right.
though.
She's said many times without being involved with
Even I ken that, Vincent. Even I ken that. I'm a fucking mong, you know what I mean?
No, but Reece, it sounded... Wait there. Reece, I'm not having a go. It just sounded as though you were justifying for that.
No, I'm not justifying. What I'm saying is,
you
understand. Even if you can't accept what's been said, you kind of have to understand that there are things that have led up to this. It's not just a spur of the moment.
But if you'd have said it, Torb, it'd be slagging you off now.
Yeah. Listen, no, Reece, it's like what it is when I'm going down the street and someone's calling me this and someone's calling me that, and then I stick them and they die. Then I go into the court and I go to the judge. You've got to understand. The judge will go, yeah, I understand life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not understanding, is he?
But then, it's not the same way in courtrooms anymore, right? You walk in
but you know what I'm saying, though,
it used to be the worst thing you'll ever do is get caught. And if you get caught, you better have a fucking damn good excuse for it happening, right? And mitigating circumstances. When you walk in these places now, they don't give a fuck. You go, it happened, but because of this, they go, great, you're getting fined now, motherfucker. Boom! Give us money. They don't care about mitigating circumstances anymore. They basically say you retaliated, so it's your fault.
And Reece, you know what I was trying to say to Angela today, when does it stop? She's going to do live. I'm not saying she shouldn't, or she should. But if you do that live, then Chicks is going to respond, and you're going to respond. So if it's done your head in that much, the best thing to do is fucking block the kid and fucking ignore him.
Go your own way. Fuck, basically.
Yeah, isn't it, lad? Isn't it? If it's doing your head in that much,
we got the dictionary synopsis of what pacifist means, thanks to Big Ben.
What does it mean?
Specifically pacifistic. Meaning someone that holds a belief that war and violence are unjustified. So that's at least two people on the panel that said that I was wrong. That wasn't a word.
If anyone's looking for the dictionary, try and find the gay section. It's in the gay section.
I honestly, Reece, didn't think that was a word. I didn't think that was a word, Reece. I honestly didn't. I honestly didn't think that was a word, Reece. I'd never heard pacifistic before. I'd never heard it before, so it's a news for me. That's why I did say that's leaving a word, that's it. And then Vegan straight away jumped on it. Aye, Joe, it's not a word, fuck him. You know what I mean?
Joe, that was more that you didn't think it existed.
You know what I mean? No, but I hadn't heard of that either. Vega, had you actually heard of that as a word before, or you just came like, fuck it?
Well, I've never heard it used in language, no.
I've never heard it used either.
Pretty fucking gayistic,
It sounds pretty much pacifist.
That's not an insult anymore. That's not an insult anymore, pal. You need to get with the times. Read a fucking memo. That's not an insult anymore.
Read the
Yeah,
memo.
Vince, we've missed you. We've missed you. Hey, Vince, we've missed you with your bluntness.
No, it's no bluntness. It's no bluntness with Vincent.
And whilst we're on the subject, I'd like to say Princess Angela accused me last night. She said you could be a murderer. And anyway, it turns out she's dating fucking Fred West. Did anyone see her boyfriend earlier?
I was used to live in much Marco, but
I thought he fucking hung himself on Christmas Day.
Is that where all the Fred West jokes are coming from? Because I seen somebody say on the chat the other night there, Fred West is from Scotland, and I was like, no, he's not. He just lived up here and murdered bastards, you bastard. He's from fucking down there.
Only she's not happy if that's the boyfriend. They're telling you.
I've got so many one-liners, but I'm not got any.
That is Bellamont.
I'm gonna get curfew and fucking live stream hours sanctioned by the council for this. You do realise that, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you better submit your own form to the Council of Elders before somebody else does.
I'm gonna have to put in my my email of apology and explanation. Probably straight after the stream.
If you email Ron directly, he's usually quite lenient.
Ron's not the Council of Elders, so stop trying to pass that fucking tag on to him, you cheeky cunt.
Not the Council of Elders.
Definitely not.
My live stream, so there you go.
Yeah.
He's not the council.
Just blame me, ministry. They'll believe it. It's our Joe's fault. You know?
Oh yeah,
that'll work.
people believe that every time.
Yeah. I'm the new Ron, ain't I, Vincent? Because you used to blame Ron for everything. Remember? Oh dear. So what you been up to today, Torbs?
I'm fucking been in bed, bad. Went to bed this afternoon for an hour, yeah. I've got a bad chest, man. Probably get some antibiotics tomorrow, Jojo.
You got the lord gay.
Did anyone watch the boxing on the weekend? Or
yeah, it was shit, wasn't it, lad?
Yeah, Eubank absolutely fucking battered him, mate, didn't he? Battered Smith, to be honest, fucking hell. Smith didn't even
up, though.
No, he was terrible, Tubbs. He was awful, mate, to be fair. But fair play to Smith for coming back, you know. I mean, sorry, fair play to Eubank for coming back from the first one and beating him, do you know what I mean? You've got to give respect where
I reckon it was fixed, lad. It was fixed for the trilogy.
We'll just be fighting. They'll just be fighting. They're going to fight each other again for another big fight. This one will be in Dubai or America, and that's why it's done, man. Because let's be fair,
Smith got beat that bad in that fight, mate. I don't think they should be a third fight, to be honest. It'd be a waste of time having a third fight.
It's 1-1 now, isn't it? So that's why I believe it was.
There's money associated with the Eubank name before the fights have even happened. That adds a premium. Adds a premium, you know.
Smith did look old though when he in that fight. He did look old. You know what I'm saying? He did look.
To be honest,
you know.
But you know what? You go back on that first fight and you think, was that a lucky shot by Smith that he threw? You know what I mean? Was it? Because he caught him, didn't he? And fucking, but you start questioning that, don't you? Because Eubank beat him that fucking good in the second one. Like, you've got to start asking these questions, haven't you? You know what I mean?
It's the same as some folks said that Eubank, they reckon Eubank, prima donna, was just a bit too confident the last time. Didn't he really? No saying he didn't train good enough. He maybe thought this guy was going to use a different system, and he trained against this guy for one system, and he switched it up a bit, and that's where it happened, you know.
I was very shocked. I thought Smith had beat him again, to be honest with you. But
I thought he'd destroy him.
Yeah.
I did. To be fair, he only threw 36 punches all fight, Smith, in that second fight.
Wow!
In the full 10 rounds, Jojo, he wasn't there, man. He wasn't in the fucking ring.
You know what? I'm surprised that it didn't stop earlier. To be honest with you, they let it go on for a bit too long, if you ask me. But
Smith will win, you know, in the third fight. 2-1 to Smith. Well, I hope anyway. I don't even believe it was a lucky shot in the first fight, me. He fucking pounded his face, man, with fucking combinations.
Yeah, you question you because fucking Eubank won that easy in the second one. Do you know what I mean? So
Zara said he struggled to make the weight. That might explain it. You know?
Yeah,
But
that's what he
not
was
only
saying,
that,
wasn't he?
You know, there's a lot of money to be made in the refights, isn't there? The rematches, and
you know what? Though people are always
a trilogy will go for it, won't it? Everyone makes money. Everyone makes money. Especially the bookies. They make the most.
Yeah, 3 stone he had to lose.
100%.
Was that this fight or the last fight?
Yeah, no, this fight just gone, Jojo. 3 stone he had to lose.
Putting weight on and losing weight quickly is a bad deal. You see a lot of like there is exceptions to the rule. You see a lot of like fighters when they go up a weight, they can't go forward. Like, they know it's fucking quick. They know it's fast. You know what I mean? They've not got the same flow. Because when you punch somebody, you want your hand when it's fully extended. You want it landing about an inch and a half in the face.
That's
what
happened to Amir Khan.
Not the worst, you know.
If any of you said what's happened to him, Eubank's trainer, he's being caught with a gun in Manchester.
Yeah, I seen it today.
4.5 year, brother. See you later.
He got caught with a gun coming back to the country.
He's going to Atlanta and he's boarding a flight to Atlanta and he's being caught with a gun in his fucking bag. Unbelievable.
That was his trainer.
That
was Bomac.
Yeah, he changed.
He needs to same time. He takes a fall for it, doesn't he?
Crazy, mate. Fucking hell.
What do you think? Immunity or something? Diplomatic immunity?
Sorry, Mister.
Diplomatic immunity is afforded to, well, diplomats.
Diplomats, mate. He's not a
sportsman.
diplomat, mate. He's a sports fucking federation guy. That's not the same shit. You need to be working for the government or
like that,
an embassy staff.
Anna Sakoulis,
like embassy
knocked that
staff.
kid down outside airfield.
Well, she's different. She's different because, as we told her, you've not got diplomatic immunity. It's your fucking husband. She came back and says, "Well, I'm actually CIA, you bastards, and I've been here in the UK as a spy."
She's been tried in absentia, hasn't she?
No, they went over there and they agreed that she would have a stern talking to and she'd pay a bit recompense, pay them money. That's what happened. She've had nothing done to her because she was a spook. She was a spook. When me turned round and says, "No, your hubby, the air marshal for the American Air Force, the big guy there, the CEO basically, right, commanding officer, he has diplomatic immunity." When we went back and says, "No, he's got it. No, you, the wife, you can't." America just came back and says, "Well, she's CIA. She's a spook. She's a spy. And that's why she's on that airbase." And our government just went, "Oh, well then, let's the end of that." Sorry, that's what happened. Aye, so, I mean, they've got closure. They've got that person saying, "I'm really sorry, blah, blah, this." It looks like she's getting sang down to her.
Sorry, don't bring that kid back, does it?
No, it doesn't. And at the end of the day...
What was his name? Harry
Sahan. He was only about 19-year-old. Fucking young boy. Young boy.
I think it's important we remember the victims more than we remember the perpetrators.
She was on the wrong side of the road and everything, the fucking cow. And she should have been on the wrong side of the road because she'd been fucking driving here for that long. She'd been here that long, man. She'd been here fucking years.
Jojo, I've seen my dad do it. In the States. He's been driving on the left and I've had to tell him to get over to the other side.
Aye, but how long has he been? Has he live in the States or just on holiday?
Yeah. No, he lives there. He
still does it?
Now. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll take that back.
The problem is he takes morphine like it's going out of fashion for his fucking back.
Oh, no wonder.
He shouldn't be driving. I've told him.
I said, you need to hitch him up with UK lady.
This motherfucker criticises me. He criticises me because I like to smoke a bit of bud, yeah? But he's taking morphine and getting into it. A Nissan 370 Z he's got.
That sounds like my dad. He criticises me for some stuff and he's even fucking worse than me. Do you know?
Exactly, that's what I mean. He's a fucking... And you guys wonder why I'm such a hypocrite.
Nah, we wonder why you're such a dick.
I fucking own that too, pal. I'm proud of it. It's taken 40 years to get to this level of dickishness.
Well, it took me
It's a lot of
43 to be able to
practice,
say that to somebody and get away with it, so don't worry about it.
You're only getting away with it, Jojo, because I own my dickness.
Well, you keep it to yourself, no homo.
I'll whip it out and swing it about like it's a fucking helicopter, Jojo.
Nah. You got AG's channel for that shit, bro.
I knew that was true.
Fucking Predator Palace.
Hey guys, AJ Smith here. I just come on panel because I keep getting timed out in chat tub.
Ministry, that was perfectly timed, my friend.
I know.
Peerless. I was peerless when I saw that. When he goes, damn, that one thought, mate. That fucking gets me every time, man. That's fucking fucking hilarious. And I like AG. I like AG, so I'm not slacking you, AG, but that's funny as fuck.
AJ loves it. He loves it. He's giving it a big toe up in a comment and all sorts. He fucking loves it.
Damn that.
And he knows I don't mean anything by it because, like I said the other day, I've never I wasn't around when all this heavy shit was going on, so I've never jumped on any sort of witch hunts or bandwagons against him, and I just don't, and I refrain from really try and refrain from, I make an opinion of someone. I don't take someone else's opinion and go with that. Just put it that way.
Yeah, we know that, Ministry. You haven't got to explain yourself, but I suppose it's
not necessarily true. I mean, I told Ministry I'm a cunt, and he went, I agree.
Aye. Well,
it's not really. It's not really something that you can reasonably disagree with, is it, Jojo?
Well, listen, that's why I said it's not necessarily true. Oh, come on, man! I'm only working with what you're giving me, guys. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know, and the banter's only as good because you've got a sterling cast on here. To be fair, all-star dream team. I mean, even though Vincent and Torbs have been very quiet.
One of my faults.
Torbs don't want my heat today.
I'm not very well. I couldn't handle you, Vince. Not today.
You're a very sicky boy, you are, Torbs.
I tell you what, Vince. Like, it'd be your chance, to fucking get one back on the board. To be fair,
well, it doesn't seem to take much to knock you out, Torb. Come on, man. I think you need to back off this hard man image on YouTube now. We're starting to see the real Torb.
That's the one.
Torb, when you were at school, did you have a pair of glasses and there was a couple of plasters over one of the lenses? Did you wear National Health?
I'm going to jump out, guys. I'm going to jump out.
Yeah, you see? Not up for it.
Well, Vincent, you have a nasty hack, Vincent, in grabbing people at their lowest moments.
At the lowest.
I'm going to start calling you Vincent Up Down Hammers.
I'll mark your card
down,
Vince.
Hammers.
Vincent plays whack-a-mole with the YouTube
I hope
community.
you feel better soon, man.
Your card is marked, Vince.
Get out with the 2 hours and exhaust
Me too.
out of you. Exhaust the cold out of you. Get out. Get loads of exercise.
It's not a cold, Ministry. I think I'm getting a chest infection, mate. To be honest,
you've got to feed a cold, Torbs. You've got a chicken soup. Get any food down you can.
Plenty of.
I don't think it's a cold, Vince. I think it's a chest infection incoming.
Regardless, plenty of fluids. Get some orange juice. Vitamin C. Boost your immune system.
I'm sat here now drinking water. Fucking hell,
oh, if that's English water, that's only going to hurt you.
It's perfectly clear, Jojo.
I
think it's Scottish, Jojo. You know.
Say again.
Yeah, lots of orange juice.
Yeah, some Vitsy.
Get some OJ down you. Yeah.
I can't stomach orange juice. It would have to be pineapple juice for me. But
just do it right. Date, yeah, whiskey, honey, paracetamol.
Yeah.
That's
Only
the
I've had
damage.
only like
Hot toddy, a hot toddy it's called,
Hot
isn't it? You
toddy's
do
a
it,
fucking
hot toddies.
bomb, mate.
They're
That
fucking
just sorts you
good for
right
that
out.
shit.
Rob, don't
Sorts
drink
your
the
chest up.
I'd recommend
Little bit of whiskey in bottom of a
double
cup,
shot.
spoonful of honey, squeeze of lemon juice, and a dispersible fucking
Sugar.
dispersible aspirin or paracetamol's best because it'll bring you. Or you just take your paracetamol on the side. But yeah, get that in you, man. It'll fucking clear you right up.
Good man.
oh, UK ladies and fucking mixing it up.
Oh, is that no UK crazy? So no UK crazy, which is something else.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's UK crazy.
Oh yeah,
UK ladies in France.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. Keep up to date with that shit. Got a tracker on her phone. She's not that bright. What? Oh, that's it out loud. Oops.
Bonjour, bonjour.
I hope you're not going to be taking any naked photographs of her.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Vincent. I had somebody the other night there say, I had somebody the other night there on spunk fishies when I was in the back chat, right? And I was like, oh, you've been told about being naughty, right? Right? That individual says that he never got hacked. Nobody hacked his laptop when he chose Chubby Rain. And he said that on Spunk Fishies Live only 2 nights ago. It's good, guys. When Ultra and AJ get kicked off, it's in the half an hour that segment there. You can get it. It's great. But if that's true, that means that when he came in, was it Grippers or Jason's Live, yeah, which one of the two, and blamed Chubby Rain for hacking him, and I went, they'd be stupid, it was me, and all that shit, yeah, right? That means that when he said that the individuals were hassling his mother and father and all that shit, threats of violence against his missus, which is he hasn't got a missus, that means it was all lies, wasn't it?
Are you telling us you was the patsy, Joe?
No, I'm telling you that people were willing to chuck Chubby Rain under the bus with fictitious lies just so everybody would jump on board, which is what happened. And then,
I'd more than
only 2 nights ago, they told you that it's not true. It's all lies. Think about that. Because I've got the clip where he blames Chubby. I've got the clip. I know, but it's true though. Because I was backstage. That's when you say on the live when you're on your cell, there's people that identify as days of the weeks. Yeah? That was me in the back chat. Professional Tuesday with it. Yeah. And it's clapped. And so's the one where you accuse Chubby Rain. And I come on and wipe the floor with you and call you a Mongo and that. Because you're a lying bastard. And put it there, it's me. Because I knew you were lying. I knew you were building a lot. So I put myself at risk. Listen, I know it's a bastard friend.
If you kept your mouth shut a bit more, you wouldn't get yourself in so much trouble with your bullshit.
Did you ever consider, Vincent, that I actually see what's going on and do it on purpose just so I can out the cunts for being rat bastards?
One fucking moment did I consider that.
Of course, Vincent. Now, Vincent, sit down. Sit down, Vincent. Be a good boy and do as you're told like normal.
You're like Billy bullshit, you. I'm sick of hearing. Okay. I told you 2 years ago. 2 years ago. You didn't fucking tell anyone.
Jason V told you on a live where you tried to put out there that I was lying about the thing that me and you talk about all the time. Yeah. What did Jason V tell you? What did Jason V tell you? Do you really want to have that conversation? And then you buckled down like a bitch because you knew if you wanted to really have the conversation, he would verify it is what you said.
Is this the same Jason V that fucking blocked you on WhatsApp about a year ago because you were
that's a lie again, isn't it? Is this the same Jason V I was talking to last night? Is it the same Jason V I was talking to last night? Is it?
I doubt it, Joe. I think you doubt it. I think there was a bit of a bravado there.
I think it was.
I jumped on Jason V's live a couple of weeks ago with you.
And I was on it.
By a fella, Joe.
I was on the live, wasn't I?
Can you grasp that?
No. I grassed you up, Vincent. You said don't say nothing. And I fucking did it.
I happened to come across Jason
I chucked you under the bus.
Weeks ago and jumped on panel with you.
Yeah. And I was on his panel as his co-host, Vincent. I'm blocked, you fucking mug. Shut up. Stop passing on shit. Stop passing shit, bro. Stop passing shit.
Cross-dressing Mongo.
Yes. And you're nothing but a fucking retard. Hey.
It's all going on.
You know? Don't be backwards, you know, because you'll only trip up, you fucking dick.
Oh my lord.
I know, because you can find well, I think a flying fuck. We'll deal with
What's
you like
this
I deal with
about you
everybody
being
else.
on a 15 grand a month retainer, you fucking
That's
toothless
all. That's
Mongo?
over. That's over a year old. Yeah, and it was when me and
15 grand a
Zara. It's
month
when me and
retainer?
Zara.
Is it CIA, you fucking toothless Mongo?
No, it's not. It's the fact of the matter is. Hey, Vincent, it's okay, Vincent. It's the fact of the matter, Vincent, that, well, the boxer got shot for 10 grand, and I get 5 more. You monk.
Are you confessing on a live stream?
No,
that you
I'm
fucking
rinsing
did
the cunt
in,
right
Mongo?
out to you. Rinsing the cunt right out to you. Because the clip
Jesus
is
fuck.
actually me and Zara having a go at each other, you fucking Mongo. Listen to the full context and you'll understand that you're all gimps. But anyway, if you want to say I'm admitting it, go and phone up DWP, because you ain't finding my stash anyway, you cunt.
So if you were getting paid 15 grand retainer, why didn't you buy any fucking teeth, you fucking
Because I'm
Mongo?
getting them on the NHS for free, you bam. I'm getting 30 grand teeth
You
for
said
nothing.
that 2 years ago, Joe.
Yeah, and what happened? What happened, Vincent? We have this mad thing called the flu season where everybody has their appointments stopped.
It was a year and a half ago, Joe.
Yeah, I know, man. And
You're a fucking emergency case as well, you are.
Yes. Vincent, do you know what you are, Vincent? Vincent, what you are is somebody who robs the government via all the contracts you get. You are the reason why this country. You are the reason why this country has to pick on its woes to the low because the government contractors steal all the money, isn't it?
You're
sucking on the government titty.
Are you telling us you're the lowest of
before
the low?
the people.
You
No,
fucking
Vincent.
toothless Mongo.
You're a liar, Vincent. You're sucking on the government's titty. Paid for by the lowest of the low via tax, and you're getting your share, the lion's share.
You don't pay any tax, you fucking Mongo.
I do pay tax, Vincent. I pay tax on everything I purchase.
Where do you pay tax?
Everything I purchase. Everything I purchase is
with
tax.
money
tax.
from the taxpayer.
Yeah. No, I pay tax with money from my own contributions because I'm contribution-based disability, not income. You mong. So I'm using my
base for the last
funding.
20 odd years.
No, the last what? I don't know. I got diagnosed 7 years ago. It's 2023. I'm 43. Do the math, Vincent. You silly cunt.
You peeled potatoes for the army for 6 fucking months.
Yes,
you
Vincent.
fucking
Do you know what you do? Do you know what you do, Vincent? Do you know what you do, Vincent? Do you know what you do? Nothing.
They put a fucking
Nothing
fork
at all.
on the end of the potato peeler because you're such a fucking toothless Mongo.
Yes, Vincent. I lost
damage
my teeth all those years ago, didn't I, your mum?
This is fascinating.
Is this all you got, Vincent? All you've got is my teeth are bad. Oh, Vincent, everybody knows you're a two-faced snaky cunt.
Reese is taking
I can fix my teeth. I can fix my teeth.
I'm making notes.
Fair comment. Definitely fair comment.
And there you go. There's my chi number on that, guys, eh? At the Edinburgh Dental Institute. Yeah. Yeah, Vincent, I go to NHS Lothian, even though I don't live in the Lothians. I live in Central Scotland, Falkirk Council. Why am I get? Oh, that's right, Edinburgh, because I'm from fucking Edinburgh. Yeah? No, because it's not who you want. You know, Vincent. It's who you know. It's who you know, Vincent. Yeah, I do that all the time, Vincent. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And I come from Edinburgh, so I still get all my shit done in Edinburgh, which means that I get it for free. Because I'm quoted, no
You get everything free, Joe.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I?
You get everything free.
Everything, gas, electricity, water rates, everything for free.
Yeah.
Because I don't pay fake bills like you. You're part of the problem because you're consenting to these fake bills.
No, the fact that I pay my bills and these people pay their bills.
No, the fact that you pay a fake bill, fake bill, you pay an unlawful bill of sale. It is a legal bill of sale, but it's unlawful. Because you need a lawful bill of sale, you need 7 points of information and you will have 5. So you keep paying your fake bills, you mongo. Right? With your money that's worthless, every penny in your pocket's debt, but keep paying fake bills to fake money. And it'll get better. It'll get better. Oh, no, Vincent's idea to get it better. Vincent's idea to get it better. Pick on the poor. Pick on the poor. That's your idea of making it better, Vincent. Shut up.
Prefer the term lowest of the low when we're going.
No, pick on the poor.
Lowest
Pick on the
of the low.
Hey, Vincent, I can get lower. I can get lower than what I am. Do you know why?
Are you over gripper yet?
I'm a mole, Vincent.
Are you over gripper yet?
Is Gripper going to pretend that he's still in another country?
Well, that doesn't matter. Are you emotionally over gripper yet, Joe? You had a mental breakdown.
I think Gripper's no emotionally over the fact that Joe. Listen, I think Gripper's no over Joe because Joe never pulled Gripper up. Gripper pulled Joe up, saying Joe was jealous.
Did you hate him because he's actually got
Joe? Tell him straight. Joe, tell him straight. Come on, Sean. Right? You're a white boy and she likes black boys. She's not going to do nothing with you, Mom.
Hi guys, just a quick one. I need donations for a drinking session. Precious.
Vincent, that's for you. You're the money man here.
I'll buy your book as it is, Joe.
That's all right, Vincent.
Casey's around.
Daniel Joe. Fucking hell, he's too much, isn't he? Hey.
Well, Vincent's hard work.
It's not about you Scottish fucking.
No, he wasn't. It's not about you, Vincent.
Hey, Vince, I tell you what, you're good at them personal insults, like, bro.
Yeah, yes, right. He says he shouldn't have used them. He says he shouldn't have used them. He says he should have used these things. He's just bad guy, hurt his feelings and that when he's on Sat X's, but he fucking comes into ministries and levels them out like a motherfucker.
You always make me want to be a better person. You do.
I'm just saying, Vince.
You also make me want to go to the dentist more often.
Hey, listen, I seen your fist, Vince. I'd say you had at least 24 stone. When you get on the scales, it says 1 at a time, please.
Nah.
I'm about 18 stone at the moment. 17 and a half, I think.
That's just your head. That's just your head, Vince. No, I'm only joking, Vince. Listen, I'm not white knighting. I'm not white knighting.
It's not allowed.
What you just tried to shame Jojo, though. I'll be on his teeth.
There's a body positive movement, Tob.
You just tried to shame Jojo on his teeth, mate. What's good for the house? Good for the camera.
Tobbs, Vincent's obviously put weight on. Because the pictures I've got, he's no 18 stone.
Yeah, I was trimmed that year, Joe. That was last year, wasn't it?
No. It was a blue top and a red top, if I remember correctly. That's why I call you albino. That's why I call you albino boy.
No, I wasn't albino.
You did. Like you looked like you hadn't seen sun for about 3 years. You vampire. I thought you were. I thought you were living in Ron's house.
Irish.
I'm albino. Look. Fucking blonde eyebrows a lot. All I'm missing is red eyes.
You've actually got eyebrows. I've never noticed that.
Yeah, look. And bear in mind, right, that I am a fucking very ginger. I'm not.
They're painted on. Them eyebrows painted on.
I honestly thought you were like Uncle Fester, no hair, no Bruce.
Yeah, I am like Uncle Fester, but you know.
Oh come on! I always said that so I could crack that joke.
I scare children when I go out.
Right, friends, we'll have to have some fun at some other time, bro. I'll get some antibiotics tomorrow, and then I should be fighting well in a couple of days.
Nah, you've got the new flu. You're fucked.
Yeah, Joe, don't get me para. There's no flu.
You've took jibby jabbies before, which is the reason why you're fucked.
Yeah, fucking years ago, mate.
I know, man. Terrible.
I know, terrible.
All catching up on you new. All catching up new, man.
I know. Thanks, Jojo. Fucking cheaters right up there, man.
Cheers, no bro. Enjoy your dinner.
See you later.
Might be your last meal, man. Might be your last meal, Tobbs. Enjoy it.
See you later. Vince, man. Do us a favour and pull the reins, man. Settle down, bro. You can do better arguments. Listen. You can do better arguments than that than personal.
Do you know what?
Insults like that, bro. I know you can.
If I didn't love you all, I wouldn't speak the way I do.
We accept him the way he is. You know, like him or not, we accept him the way he is. I happen to like him and don't get offended with stuff he says.
I like Vince. You get a good giggle out of him, to be fair. You know.
You just got to realise that
you've slaughtered me many times, Torb. Come on.
I know.
You know you have. You've
returned the
reduced
favour.
me to rubble on many times.
I know. Listen, I've just returned the favour, but I know that you were my bitch best, bro. I know that. I was quite proud of myself when you come on societies and said, stop, this bullying me, he's making a beeline for me. I thought, well, lad, you ain't seen nothing yet, Vince. That was just best gig of that, to be fair, you know.
I sensed it, Torb.
Right, listen, I'm out anyway. Catch you later, right?
No, Torb.
Later, Stops.
Just coming
on. Take care, lad.
And you,
You've
mate.
got to go back to the corner shop now till 12.
Shut up, Vince.
Tubbs hasn't he? He had a long leave, doesn't he, Tubbs?
That wasn't that
He
long.
works in a corner shop, Alter. His real name's Abdul. His shop's called Abdul's.
Oh,
terrible. Vincent knows it's no Abdul's. He knows he's only renting it off Abdul.
Nathan Benson in the house. Nathan, I hope you're behaving yourself. Causing trouble the other day.
Yeah.
Is anyone Ministry? Have you been Looney Tunes channel yet, mate? Or have you checked it out?
I've been on the panel. I've been in the chat a couple of times and said hello. And
it gets a bit crazy. It gets a bit crazy in there, doesn't it? To be honest, I've been on there a few times, but yeah.
But I will do. But when he fires one up,
do you know what I think? Ministry, I think he's going to get the numbers, mate, because it's quite controversial in there. So I think he's going to get good numbers.
He's doing well already, so he's just going to have to be careful with not getting his channel taken.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You know what? To be honest, I think that's eventually going to happen. I think like he's going to end up on a strike or because it just gets too mad in there at times. So
when I go in and say hello, he always makes a point of saying, "Oh, big up Ministry." Coming in and saying like, I am going to jump. I like tunes. I'm going to jump on.
He likes having a baby. So
yeah.
That's it.
When it's chill, because it'll be chill for ages, and then all of a sudden someone will come on and it's fucking on. You know what I mean?
That's it, mate.
And then when it goes, it's far worse than anything we see over here, to be honest. And it can be. It can.
It is.
You're an amateur, Jojo.
Hey, Vincent, I know for a fact, because I'm in America, it's only here that there's retards that can't accept your opinion and move forward. I've had race debates, yeah, and I don't believe there's such a thing as racism. And I can give you my logic for that. But if I do it over here, I get called a racist cunt and everything. In America, man, then I get called racist. I don't get called racist. I get given answers why they don't believe it's that way and rebuttals on how they believe it is. Yeah, right? Over here, you just get called a racist cunt. Yeah, I go on camera.
Have they seen the ginger mongo like you before?
Vincent, more people in America that know me than what they do over here. I was in America before I came here 4 years ago. I was mostly in American fucking shit. Rather than UK, because UK shit, to be honest with you, is shit. It's just arguments, fights all the time. You didn't get real information because you've got people out there that don't want you to have real information because they're thick as fuck and they can't contribute to that sort of stuff.
Yep, I agree with you.
That's it, Vincent. And you're part of the problem, Vincent, because you fucking help them. You take these Mongos and go on the show because it makes you look beautiful and bright. You go on people's panels that are gimps. They've got the ages with nothing for them. I know, Vincent, it's obvious, and I didn't disagree with you, you know what I mean? I've been there, done it, bought the t-shirt. You know, I used to go on all kinds of panels.
I teach in a class of 5-year-olds.
That makes sense why you use local as your mod. That makes sense why you use local as your mod. Teaching 5-year-olds.
Is local still my mod, Joe?
I don't know. I've done it. He's had me blocked forever, Vincent. You know what I mean?
Can Ubers stop talking about me in the chat? Ubers, it's time for your shower. Come on.
Yeah, it does. Fuck off.
You want to
skank.
feel free to come up, Ubers? You know where the link is, fella. You know you're welcome.
Yeah, Buzz, come up and tell me that Scotland
That's
is
a bit
only there
noise,
because
that,
of the
Vincent.
because of the Irish who came over and like fucking sang like 600 AD. Scotland didn't exist until that point, guys. Even though the Romans were here before that, no rest
It was
yet.
earlier than that, Joe. It was
Of
long
course.
before then.
Well, it was after the Romans left.
Well, it depends how you define it, because Scotland was called
Scotland was called Ecos.
It was called many of things.
Yes,
What
yes,
else
yes.
was it called?
Ecos,
Something else.
Caledonia.
Hibernia.
Yeah, yeah.
They were all separate
There was a
kingdoms, weren't
country
they?
of
No.
And of course, the most famous one, when it was called Mongoland.
Yep, that's why I'm here.
Do you know the original
That's
name
why
of Ireland
Vincent.
is?
That's why Vincent, when he comes up to Mongoland, he gets very nervous because he knows they're all Mongols and they didn't like me. Ain't that right? You English cunt.
Do you know what the original name of England
It was
is?
part of, it was
Say that
part
again.
of Cumbria as well at one point.
Yeah, Cumbria was part of Scotland when Boudica and all that were there.
Yeah.
The Scotland's
the
about York.
the Iceni, from whom of which Boudica was the chieftain. They were actually from the what's now East Anglia and North.
Yeah,
Anglia,
Colchester.
rather.
Aye, because she shacked Colchester because Colchester was a Roman. She put them on the fucking hingway, the temple, and then set it on fire.
She could have actually. She had the potential to be able to completely fuck the Romans up because she could have.
Yeah, but our own
Londinium.
people
Couldn't
did
she?
the exact same thing. I get what the Protestant Scots did too. They fucked her up the ass. They
She ended
started,
up
money.
committing suicide. Her and her daughters, they all committed suicide to avoid what the Romans had in store for them.
Yeah, because of what had already happened to Boudica when they murdered her fucking family.
Yeah.
So
Brutal
she knew,
back then, you know.
she knew that what they had done to her family to try and bring them in fold, like, listen, we no longer want you to work for us, because her family chief, like, because her dad was a chief, they were working with the Romans to a certain extent. Then the Romans says, right, we've been working with you for a wee while, now we want to take you into the fold, we're taking over your lands. And they're like, no. Aye.
What they do is they take hostages from the families and they send them to Rome and they make them Romanized. And then they send them back to govern in those provinces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
then what
how they've
happened?
historically been successful.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? When they went back and Boudica res up, Boudica knew that what they were going to do afterwards, like, it was going to be worse than what had happened to her parents before, right? Because she had that, rather than say no, she had actually fucking murdered them all and started sacking their fucking shit and burning them all to the ground. So she knew she was going to get an example made of her. That's why she topped herself. But that's like,
it's going to be tenfold. You know what I mean? It's going to be tenfold.
Yeah, well, you don't fuck with the behemoth like the Roman Empire and not expect to get some back here. You know, they weren't known for people to be willingly affronted.
They could have conquered Scotland. They literally got up to the northeast. They had conquered the west. They literally got up way past Aberdeen and shit to the very north of Scotland, and then turned back because Roman had decided to pull out. Yeah,
it's not just that though. The problem was that they couldn't identify the fact that there were any resources worth having in Scotland to them.
Roman had already Rome wanted Scotland because they knew Scotland had a resource of gold, tin, and various other things, because those indigenous tribes were already trading with the Gauls and the people in fucking Germanic tribes, yeah? And they were always adorned with gold. So they knew there was lots of gold to be had, and tin and various other minerals throughout the whole of the UK. And they never found much gold deposits in England. Like, most of the gold was coming from the north. But bearing in mind, the north used to come way, way further down. Back in these days, when it was all the Picts and all that shit, like Wales and all that was part of Scotland originally. The whole island of Ireland was part of Scotland originally. You know what I mean? And that's why the Irish came over hundreds of years later, because there were already similarities, if you get what I mean. There used to be all the same kind of Pictish tribes, or whatever you want to call them.
There's a lot of Viking influence as well, isn't there, in Scotland?
Yeah, well,
and similarly in Ireland as well.
Anglo-Saxon Normandy. That's where my surname that I use comes from. Anglo-Saxon Normandy. They've actually got major titles in Sandhurst because they were the generals that actually quelled the Scottish. They were the ones that defeated the Scots.
The original Normans.
Yeah, the original Anglo-Saxon Normans. The name Hayward is an Anglo-Saxon Norman name, and that's why Haywards have got major titles in Sandhurst. Major connections all the way back to them.
The Normans are Vikings.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. I know that. That's what I'm saying. That's why I also say I'm pagan. I say I'm pro-infidel.
We're all pagans.
You know what I mean? We're all pagans. Even if you're Catholic or Protestant, you're pagan. You're celebrating pagan rituals,
Exactly.
whether you like it or not.
We're converted.
Yeah.
Well, Saturnalia.
Well, aye, similar, but it's basically paganism. It's what the Romans were.
Saturnalia is the Roman word for the winter solstice, which occurs on December 25th. And in order to make the story of Jesus palatable to the Romans, they adopted their main festival, their winter solstice festival, and turned it into the birth of Christ.
We hung on to every single pagan festival. We still have them today. We just renamed them. It was rebranded.
Ishtar.
Ishtar, Ishtar, goddess is sex, fertility, sex goddess. That's why it's rabbits and eggs.
For us?
Say that again, ministry.
And what did the Romans ever do for us?
Aqueducts.
Built roads.
Yeah.
Wine. Sanitation. Education.
Wine.
Law and order.
No, that's shite, innit? Look at it now. Look at the Roman fucking shit now. It's shit. You're better off than the old days.
Yeah, but that's because the Romans are gone, mate. If the Romans were here, we'd soon be in ship shape, wouldn't we?
No, it's still the same.
You fuck up and you get fed to lions.
The Romans are not gone.
The Romans still exist, Reese.
Yep.
They opened a church.
Most of them stayed there.
I get that. I get
a lot of them didn't. A lot of the so-called Romans that were settled in Britain were already Britons or were brought over from the coast continent.
Actually, the word Britain comes obviously from the Roman word Britannia, meaning
England.
Meaning the British Isles specifically.
No, it's England because when they called England Britannia.
They didn't make a distinction, mate. They're just as one island landmass.
The Romans called Scotland Caledonia. Caledonia.
The original correct term for England was actually Alba.
Alba's Scotland.
Alba is the
Alba's Scotland. It's Scotland.
So hang on, where am I getting Albion from then?
That's Scotland too. And it's no Alba, it's Alapa. Basically, it's the national. It's the SNP, like political party in Scotland. But you go look for Alex Salmond, and he's a member, as you would pronounce it, Alba, but Alpa, which is another nationalist Scottish political party. With all the SNP that didn't like Nicola Sturgeon fucked off to.
I think I'm referring to what the Greeks used to call Great Britain, because
they have an Alba party now, don't they, Joe?
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. That's the one that Alex Salmond. There was a lot of grassroots that fell out with the SNP a few years back with Alex Salmond witch hunt and what the fucking LBGT have done with the SNP. So all these splinter cell groups that were part of the SNP party, they've all left years back. They formed a new one called, just call it Alba, but that's not how you pronounce it, right? Called the Alba Party, and these small parties merged together and put Alex Salmond right at the front. They've already run contested stuff. They never got very many seats.
Wasn't Salmond investigated for?
He was investigated for rape. Yeah, rape. And I tell you what, right? Check this out, right? Because how the laws have changed up here, right? This is amazing, right? When Alex Salmond got accused of rape, he was not allowed to know who his accuser was. He was not allowed to see any evidence whatsoever. Yeah, he had to do a bit of crowdfunding. You can research this, you'll find it. He had to crowdfund over £200,000. So he could go to the Lord Advocate. Yeah. So he could get recourse and find out what they were saying about him. It cost over £200,000 to go to the Scottish Lord Advocate. And that shows you now, right, whether it's right or wrong what happened to him, right? Yeah. He got cleared, and there's 6 missing pieces for the Scotland office document, which proves that it was Nicola Sturgeon's girlfriend. Yeah, that was the instigator. Now, it proves that if the ex-First Minister has to pay 200 grand to get some legal recourse, that shows you how fucked the legal system is in this country. Well, how is an average man?
If he got found not guilty,
it's 100% unacceptable. Like Vincent, if you accuse me, son, right? Yeah, like he got accused. How am I getting 200 grand to find out what the fuck you've accused me of?
Exactly.
And not only that,
you can't.
They're legal barriers, aren't they? Legal barriers to entry.
Yep.
I
But how could you even?
There should also be consequences for the person that's made the allegation as well.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
An incorrect allegation. They should be held accountable for that.
I think they should get the same time. Like if somebody accused me of something, right, and I was looking at 7 years, and it comes out, like I didn't mean like you get not guilty or whatever, right? It comes out that it's blatant bullshit, blatant as fuck. When you hear the prosecution go first to give their evidence, the sheriff then turns around or the magistrate turns around and goes, "What the fuck is this man here for? There is nothing here. You don't even get a chance to give your version of events," right? Type scenario. I think the fucker should get 7 years. They should get what you would have got for doing that.
Absolutely.
And I think that it'll be very hard to implement it, right? I get that because there'll be times where you're not too sure if that person made it up or not. Let me finish 30 seconds and I'm done, Reese, right? But I think the fear alone will stop false accusations. I don't think it'll stop people coming forward because it has happened, because it's only if it's a false allegation, if it can be categorically proved as shit, you know. And let's be fair, I think that is a sliding scale that should be utilised. You should not be able to accuse something of somebody of something and go all the way a court case, which is costing loads of money. Some people, if it's like bad things, like let's just say like rape, child abuse, that'll never leave them. They'll always have that stigma on them, whether they did it or not, right?
Yeah.
And these people who make these accusations and these shit, they are laughing. They are using that as a tool, and the system set up to allow them to via positive discrimination, and it's wrong.
They've done it to Trump now 3 times. They're doing it the 4th time now.
Yeah. And that, listen, you think about it, they're doing that to somebody who was the most powerful man in the world, allegedly, right? American president.
But still a president. They remain a president.
Yeah,
until death,
yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like at that time, he used to be the powerful man until he left office. You know what I'm saying, right? He's still regarded as POTUS and all the rest of it, you know, presidential ex-candidate or whatever. But if they can do it to him, and he's got all that money behind him, what the fuck can they do to you? And me and your neighbour. You're fucked. And everything that's happened up here, guys, is going to come down to your country in England and Wales and Northern Ireland, because they told you, right, that no matter what happens, they will make every European law into UK statute law, right? Yeah, and they will take the European president for things that come into our courts and for our stuff. They'll take the European president on how they dealt with it and how they're going to deal with it here, right? And the only reason Scots law is as fucked up as what it is because they put civil law into the criminal law, like they do in Europe and Canada and shit like that, yeah? And that's a European law. That stemmed from Europe. That's the first place it came from. So you're getting the same shit that you can see happening to us up here is coming to you very shortly. Because they told you this 2 years ago. They told you this before Brexit. They told you after it. It's like the same as they told you we're still going to pay for the European army, even though there wasn't supposed to be a European army. Yeah?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but like I've tried to tell you for years, but nobody listens. Nobody's even looking at this shit.
So you're doing it again, Joe. You're doing it again, Joe.
What's that?
I've been telling you for 2 years.
Well, it's a thing that's close to my heart, Vincent. It's the reason why I went and did that ice bucket challenge in 2014 that made the front news of the fucking paper nationwide because of the corruption.
The British Army is now under the command of the UN.
Yes, and they have been for some time because the UN flew a flag above the MOD building at full mast when Boris locked us down the last time, and they told you, oh, it's because a UN Secretary General had died. It's in honour of him. Well, if that's true, why was it not at half mast? Because that's what happens with deep people.
I've been a believer for 4 or 5 years that a European army's on the way.
It's there. They told us 8 years ago that they would pay for it.
Officially, they're gonna, it's gonna happen where they're gonna battalion up people of different nationalities in the same barracks, get to know each other's quirks and whatever.
That's what it's for. Right, the European army is basically everybody else's army, right? But Britain needs to control that in the up and coming war. They need to control Europe because America's going to be too busy in the Pacific Fleet, right? So that's why we're willing to pay for the shit and pay for the training, because we become the people that control all of the other armies. That's why America told us not that long ago, you're becoming a third-rate fucking army. You need to spend more money or you won't be controlling the European system. And that's why we have heavily invested in our shit. And even they told you in the new year, they told you, oh, this is what we're going to be looking forward to doing now. Thanks for the 10% plus 10 GDP. In the same speech, they told you that we're going to have to start making munition factories, automated, under the ground. Why do you think that is, people? Why do they need to be under the ground now? They've always been above ground. Why are we putting them in bunkers? I wonder why.
We don't see much about it unless you dive into the news about the US Pacific.
MOD,
the US Pacific Fleet being on constant maneuvers. And they've also added some like 3 or 4 battle groups, plus Japanese battle groups, Taiwanese battle groups, Australian battle groups. It's a full-on armada down there. Being fronted by the Americans, and we're not told about it. I know about it. We're not openly told about it. You know
the main reason for that, don't you?
Official secrets.
China building their illegal islands.
No, the ships fare better in those waters. They last longer. These ships are effectively dormant at the moment, but always will be on exercise. So they put them in waters where it's the least corrosive to the ships.
Yeah,
Vincent, as well, it's probably to keep China in check.
Well, Vincent, let's be honest, right? When Hong Kong were protesting with their umbrellas and all that, right? Americans sent a big warship steaming right up to Hong Kong, and it just stopped dead in the middle of the Pacific. The same time as our government told us that our flagship aircraft carrier was a bit fucked in the Caribbean. And it had, listen guys, it had the cold water propeller on, not the hot water propeller. If that's and wait for it. They couldn't change the propeller out there, but it limped him. Right?
Well, they dragged it home, I think.
Yeah, it limped, I think, Vincent. I'm not 100% too sure because they were using the second command post there. Yeah, right? When the aircraft carriers have got 2 towers, they're both 2 command posts. If one falls out, they can control everything for the second one. And there is some people out there that say that we were EMP'd. The Chinese had used an electromagnetic pulse on both us and the Yanks, and they killed our shit. What I also noticed is, because I live right next to Rosyth, right? I know people doing Plymouth and all that as well, where your English shipbuilders are. I also noticed that all the new stuff that's just like been like set sail, they all came in for refits, Vincent. And some people say that they were refitting the EMP because it never failed. It did its job, but it didn't do it good enough, so they had to make tweaks, and they knew what tweaks to make. And I was watching for about a year there, Vincent, just a couple of years. I was watching all the new shit come into Rosyth, and they weren't just getting refueled. They were getting stuff done to them. It was happening down in Plymouth and everywhere else. All our ships, all our new shit have been retrofitted, and they've already started doing the older ones. Now, if they're retrofitting older ships with this shit, they know they're going to be using them soon. You all know that they want to bring national service back now.
Well,
we don't maintain them that much, Vincent. We don't maintain them that much, Vincent, and we spend more money on our subs, which do a better job than our fucking ships.
Yeah, we probably just reinforcing them as fodder because the Americans with all the tech, on the fleet down there, they got the new railgun system. So small nuclear reactors on board ship power railguns, which fire a solid metal bolt, magnetized solid metal bolt, and oh my god, they are.
The laser shit looks good. This new laser shit looks good. The stuff they're fitted to the fucking fighter jets. So fighter jets are going to be taking out targets with lasers, no longer missiles.
Yeah,
that's phenomenal.
Those Nimrods, Vinegar Tits, those Nimrods were destroyed not far from me at Bruntonthorpe. It was
they're all gone, aren't
tragic to watch. Yeah, there's 2 still there. One's operational, but they use it for just running. They don't fly it anymore. And the other one's for parts. But yeah, they destroyed about 15, 20 of them now. It's tragic.
Yeah. I think there's only one Vulcan left as well, isn't there?
Well, yeah, XH558. I worked on that, Joe.
Wow.
I worked on that many years ago.
Vincent, I found it amazing that like a lot of people didn't realise that America had 3 nukes flying about America and certain bits of the world, right? Yeah, constantly in the air, constantly, all the way through the Cold War. We had the exact same flying about, so we could nuke they fuckers too.
Oh, we had
Constantly,
30.
constantly in the air. Like, but like they would always be in the air, Vincent. There was always 2 or 3 in the air for both the Americans and the Brits, 24/7, so they could just go boom,
skimming Russian airspace. That's all they did.
Aye, man.
Yeah. Beautiful play. I stripped that out. I stripped all of the controls out of that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Along with a group of people. It was just like a charity at first. They were just going to jazz it up a little bit and get it running. Turned out we could get it flying, but as soon as it went to that stage, nobody was allowed near it anymore, as you can imagine.
Yeah. They did a historic flight, didn't they, of the
Vulcan.
The Vulcan over to Argentina and back, didn't they? Just to prove a point that the fucking things still work. You know what I mean?
Nothing can touch it between that and what's the other one, the Blackbird, the American Blackbird. Is it that the right one? Blackbird. Nobody can touch them. They can't be touched for what they were like. They've not got nothing like that can go higher or faster or anything like that. They've got newer stuff like they regard as better because technology changes, but they can't exceed that. It's the same with Concorde, isn't it? They can't get past Concorde.
Yeah. They hit the limits, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, I thought Concorde was fantastic.
Ministry. Thanks for having me on, man. Sorry to leave you with Jojo.
Fuck up, Vincent.
Apologies if I was offensive to anyone earlier. I don't know what came over me.
Vincent, I don't think you're offensive, Vincent. I don't think you're offensive,
No, you
Vincent.
don't, Joe.
I just think you're a smarmy bastard.
You remember our days in Discord, Joe. Fucking hell, if they were played, Jesus Christ.
Some of the funnest times I had
and you
with
would
Vincent.
both be going to hell.
Oh, well. It is what it is. Well, I'm going to link up with you at some point and we'll go in America and rinse them again. Tell them that they pay us too much money and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't go over to the American panels anymore. I was going to say I find them sort of boring, but they are. You know, they talk about the same thing over and over again. But yeah, maybe sometime.
Well,
if I ever found an intelligent yank, I might go in.
Well, worst case scenario, we'll just go and be the gas. We'll keep Gash Man it tight, right?
Denizen, fucking hell.
Gash Man was Hosey. Denizen was he was the what was that fucking gaslighter.
Jose's adopted British
gaslighter.
Now. He's been in that long.
No. Hosey can never be adopted, Mrs. He's a Mexican, not a Mexicunt or Mexican. Hosey, if you're listening, didn't greet him. We'll be fucking paying the piss, man. You know what I mean? Me and Vincent are coming for you.
I shall see you on the panels tonight. Is Society X still ripping Dot's ass?
I don't know. I'm barred.
Not sure.
He said he was going
to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I don't go out of my way to or not to clash with people. But if someone's on that I fancy watching, then I'll shut mine down. But I'll see you scheduled a minute.
Yeah, it's Monday night, isn't it? It's not usually.
No.
Busy.
No, there's not a lot scheduled on my feed, I've got to be honest. So I'll keep going as long as there's people on panel and I'm not waffling too much.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave in the next 10 minutes
then. Please remind Vega his accuser going live soon. Is Angela going live, Sarah?
I think so. I heard that. I think so.
She said she was going to prove she had cancer earlier or something.
Oh, I wonder if she'd mind me restreaming
it. Did you say that Angela didn't have cancer, Vincent? Is that what happened? Like,
I didn't say that. My phone's just about to zap out, so if I disappear, you'll know why. No, I didn't. Of course, I wouldn't say that, Joe. That's a terrible thing to say, but I also don't understand why people would come on and talk about those things. Very personal.
Well, to be honest, Vincent, I've said it loads of times. If you want to talk about that shit, go to the emotional rooms. There's plenty of rooms for you to go and talk about that shit. You don't need to bring it to the table here.
I did say earlier, go to victim.com. and fucking talk about it.
Well, I call it emotional rooms because they're all emotional in there.
Yeah,
You know.
same thing.
But
If she's going live, I'll have a listen. She accused me of being a murderer last night, so
murderer.
I don't know where
Oh,
that came from.
Well,
Don't know
you'll have to
where.
ask her because I remember Uber's accused me of being a women and children murderer in 1991 when I was 11.
Oh Lord, Uber's accuses everyone.
Yeah, Vincent, he actually went and got somebody else to come in, right? Yeah, right, to give me shit tea for Cross McGlen, right? Yeah, Bandit Country. And this when this guy was like, no, 1991. I was like, whoa, what age do you think I am, mate? I was 11 then. What the fuck? I was in Cross McGlen 1998. I was the guy that stole your GAA fucking garlic football flag. You know? And that's when the guy realised, oh, I remember that happened.
You'll get picked up by the sunshine bus every morning and every night, then, won't you, Joe? Yeah,
no, it was actually called it was actually called a puma or a gazelle.
I'm on 2%. I'm gonna shoot off ministry. Cheers for having me, Joe.
Yeah, no worries.
See you later. Catch you later, guys.
Laters. We should have tried to keep him on ministry so his phone actually died, right? And it would take ages to recharge.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to get ready to go in the next 5-10 minutes. Hopefully somebody comes up to keep you chatting.
Yeah, no worries. I'm not planning on doing a mega long one or anything. You know, if there's anything interesting going on, I'll sit around and have a smoke and guitar and watch it. You know what I mean?
Oh, strumming your strums again, man. Oof.
Yeah.
That does my head in. He's all start fucking playing guitars and that. I'm like, for fuck's sake, man.
Yeah, I can't help it when I'm sitting here watching other street.
I'm only taking the piss, mate. You're a musician, though. You know what I mean? I'll sit and listen to stuff as I'm mucking about with tech. You know what I mean? Doing bits and bobs. You know what I mean? You sit and fuck about. You're a musician, so you play music. You know what I mean? That's what you're into, isn't it, really. That and fishing and shit. You know?
Yeah. Or I'll sit here and do editing or like big up shits all day long has got me on the old silly filter videos.
Oh,
I'll keep
Snapchat.
But the snap filters, fucking
there's loads, man, loads.
I know, but I did try. I like Angela, but straight after Jamie's stream, I tried to do a Princess Angela one, but my northern accent, sort of North Midlands,
outsource it. You know people that can do accents.
I know.
Outsource it with a script.
I kept turning into a fucking Wurzel.
Wurzel Gummidge.
Yeah, I kept turning into because I did a video the night before addressing shits on Di's behalf as a bunch of West Country cherries. So, you know, I'm a bit gutted shits has thinged his channel because I was hoping for a bit of back and forth with him, you know, with the old snap filters.
Aye, man.
Because they're good. It's funny. It's I think shit should get a few more views than he does, and I think if a few of us collaborate, just take the piss out. It'll fucking help us out. You know what I mean?
Man, I thought shits was all right. You know what I mean? I just thought take the piss, but that's the same as Jack Your Body, Mr. D, yourself. Yeah. There's lots of folks you know do it, like you know.
Yeah. Like, I always like to share Shits' stuff, Mr. D stuff, ABBA stuff. You know, anything that makes me giggle. Anything that makes me giggle, you know. That's what I'm here. That's what I'm on the tubes for, is a fucking giggle, you know what I mean?
I'm not a bubble, man. Aye. I bet break up the day, you know. Conversations, because like I get it. Like there's loads of folks that use YouTube for like yourself, you know what I mean? Because you're limited in what you can do, because you've got to hang about a lot with yourself, you know what I mean, for obvious reasons, right?
Yeah.
So I get that, man, but it's like it's when they want to come in and fucking turn a place like you had a place called the Cesspit, right? Now, for better or worse, right, you can say what you want about the Cesspit, right? But the key was in the name.
Yeah, exactly. You knew what you Go in there.
He was in the name. You knew what was happening in there. I mean, I stopped going in because I heard that Gamer was getting bullied by 5 folk on a panel, and he was getting bullied because they were all having a go at him. And I was like, I don't know, about a week after the fact, I was on a panel and it was 9 cunts fucking having a go at me, and I was on there for 4.5 hours. I done quite well, I think, to be fair. You know what I mean? I got words banned, like mongo, retard, spastic. These words, you know? And I thought to myself, it's the cesspit. What are you greeting for?
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, I think Movie Man's all right, you know what I mean? But I didn't frequent it that much. I went on panel a couple of times. Once I went on and it was me and I can't even remember his name, but he's a nice fellow Irish guy. And Film Boy fucked off for about an hour and left us two chatting, which was fine. You know, we weren't arguing. We were just having a good, decent conversation and discussion. Yeah, man. Which was all good. And then, like the other couple of times I jumped on the panel, I'd jump up, say a couple of words, and he'd either boot me off for nothing or he just wouldn't fucking bring me on, you know. For no reason. I'd never pissed out. I'd held his panel up the one day for an hour with Dogman. Me and Dogman, Irish guy, were talking for about an hour and a half. We were talking.
I can hear you talking about actually.
Right off. So, you know, he left us to it, like.
Well, like I say, fucking it is what it is. I just, like, I wasn't saying anything good or bad about cesspit. I was just saying that, like, the key was in the name. Cesspit. What are you greeting for? What are you here for?
Yep.
Cesspit. I'm here for roses and rainbows, please. It's called cesspit.
No, you're there to be ripped by the panel and chat. That's what it is.
That's what. That's what I was of the impression it was supposed to be. And as much as I didn't go there all the time and all that, but when I did go in there, I was expecting to get rusted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but then you've got folk going green about it and complaining, and it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is the matter with you people? What fucking age are you? At what point do you believe for 1 second that because you dislike it, we are all going to have to not like it? You just go switch off. You know?
Yeah, Zara, what have you done to the most beautiful black lady on YouTube? What have you done?
What's going on?
Fantasy Island girl hates her, apparently.
I've no idea who that is.
she's a black woman that goes on Fight Club and a few others, but
right.
Not being racist or anything, but she is black, but she's got quite white features.
Right.
And she's some people might think she's ugly. I think she's extremely photogenic, if you know what I mean.
Nope.
Very, very pretty. Very,
okay. All right, okay. The Mona Lisa type thing.
Yeah.
Symmetrical, basically.
Yeah. So Zara must have done something to really annoy her. Oh, you didn't tell her he was a fucking doodah on Epstein Island, did you, Zara?
Oof. Well, I think it was Mrs. Ministry. I think Mrs. Ministry said, Zara, go and cock block Ministry.
I haven't been not that I've been on the panels, but I do like to watch some of the American panels, panels, because it is interesting. There's some interesting topics, and I like to see and hear what's going on over there. You know,
I've got a couple of Republican debating places I go into on Discord because they're always still in there when I get up in the morning. If you get what I mean, because of the time difference.
Yeah,
you get to go and speak to folk that are Yanks. To be fair, I think the Yanks, as much as I'll take the piss at the Yanks and say they're thick as fuck, you know what I mean? Because like a large portion of them are, you know what I mean? But they didn't seem to get as upset as folk over here, man.
No, they don't. No.
It's like they're no like I hate to say it, but like they're not invested enough. They want to have a conversation. They just want to get their point of view across. They're no bothered if you agree with them or not. Yeah. And if you have a different point of view, it's no fucking that's it. Let's have a Hail Mary until you fucking convince them to your point of view. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got to start jumping on a few more when it's a subject I'm interested in. Yeah, I'm a bit reluctant because a lot of the channels I watch are black channels, so I'm a bit reluctant to jump on as an albino.
Yeah, I didn't blame you. I didn't blame you, man.
Albino, you know what I mean?
Well, I've been told, like, the only worst thing I've ever been told is you can't have an opinion on this. I'm like, why? Because you're not black. You know what I mean? You can't have an opinion on it because you're not like me. And I'm like, well, that's a bit weird. You're shouting for equality, but you can't have equality of opinions. You know what I mean? But I can understand why a knee-jerk reaction for everybody in that kind of dynamic would be, fuck you, you were the perpetrators, you bastards. We're not going to take your opinion on board. Do you know what I mean? So I do get it, but it's the other thing where I'm like, it's not going to fix anything otherwise, is it? You know what I mean?
I've got to spread my wings a little bit, and I've got to go on a few more UK panels as well, because sometimes I'm a bit reluctant, sometimes to click the button,
Yeah, I was on Tyrant Searchers last night. Tyrant Searcher UK.
I'm not sud.
He's a Scottish auditor basically, but he's hardcore. You know what I mean? It's just like how I speak is how he speaks, but he speaks to Polish that way. You know what I mean? Well, he's telling me yesterday he's taking the fucking Police Scotland to court this month. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah.
Well, I know people that were related to remember the boy and lassie that died on the car on the M9 or the M8? I think it was the M9. Was it the M9? I think it was the M9. The car was upside down for a couple of days at Christmas time a few years back, right? And I ken somebody that's kind of family member that's like daughter's fucking married to the brother of the guy that died in that car, basically, right? And I knew who they were anyway, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. But the lassie that died, their family sued Police Scotland, and she got awarded like £1 million or something like that. Yeah. But when she was awarded that funds because of their fuck up, the lawyer told her, you might be lucky to see half it. Police Scotland's a bit bankrupt.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens because, like, even if you get awarded something, you might not get what you're awarded. Because if they're a bit bankrupt and them being a trust fund and all that kind of stuff, right? They'll say to you, right, we'll give you 50% now and 50% in 3 years' time. Right? They'll not do that. They'll just turn round and say, government trust fund, you're getting a percentage. You'll get a like, we can't afford to give you that. I mean, everybody, we're due to pay out, just say fucking 100 million this year, and we can't afford that. So everybody, we need to get it down to 25 million. So everybody, regardless of what you've been awarded, you'll get 25% of that.
Yeah. I wonder if there's
that's how they'll do it.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a group online or something that's done a big Freedom of Information Act. I think I'll have to Google it and see if anyone has done any big Freedom of Information Acts on Police Scotland or,
there was, put it this way, it makes sense. It makes sense, Ministry. Because a few years back, and you'll be able to find this, everybody, Police Scotland asked for £500,000 because they had misplaced all their informants. They had all just go up and disappeared, people. This is the same time as they were also warning you, if an undercover police car with uniformed officers in it are pulling you over on the motorway, please ring 101 to make sure they're real police officers. Because they weren't, They were running about pulling folk out their cars and murdering them. During the flu season, right? So when they asked for £500,000 because they had misplaced all their informants, I'm assuming a lot of the informants got murdered, Ministry. Unless they all flew away to Spain.
Suicided.
Well, dude, they said they lost them. So clearly they never found anybody committing suicide because they wouldn't be lost.
Yeah, exactly. They lost them,
They lost them.
Got lost on a nighttime walk in the woods.
Yeah, man. They all went on holiday to Belarus, where there's no extradition treaty, but we've not got them leaving the country at all by any means whatsoever. They all just absconded. Now, they're informants, not criminals. Informants.
All phone records were lost because there was nothing on the phones at all to meet in the woods for a payment.
Mm-hmm. But they all went AWOL. that tells you if they had to request more money, then they clearly had fuck all in the bank, Ministry. That's my point. That's still my point I'm making. If they were requesting for more money for that, then they had no reserves. You know? So it'll be interesting to see how Tyrant Searcher gets on, to see if he does get a payout. You know, I'd like to find out how it works. But he was I was quite interested in it. Like, there was a boy on there called Ash Phillips. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think he had a bit of tit for tat with Shell a wee while back when he kept hanging these lines.
I don't know who he is. I know about that,
He was on there too, and he was talking about copyright and all that kind of stuff. I didn't really know that Ash boy, but I know Tyrant Searcher. I ken it. I'm assuming, like, I'm not taking the piss out of anybody when I say this either, so if there's anybody's listening, they can go moan if they want, but no point. I'm assuming that Ash had said I was a bit of a dick or something like that, right? Because Tyrant says, I fucking tell him, Jojo. Tell me you're all right in that. And I was like, right, no, but you know what I mean? But I didn't ken that, who that lad is. But I like that Tyrant Searcher stuff. I think he's actually quite alright. Because he's doing it up here, and there's not very many people doing it up here. And when he's doing it, like Ministry, he's getting them tight, mate. Like proper tight.
Yeah, I'll have a search for him, and if I can't find him, I'll just fucking
just give a shout out, ping you a link or something. You know what I mean? But I think he's doing them for kidnapping and that.
Wow.
Because they've arrested him for no reason, or like there's no reason to arrest them or whatever it is. Like, I didn't know the ins and outs of it. I'd need to like sit down there and like ask him questions, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But I think he's doing them for like false imprisonment, kidnapping. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
Well, gotta go for it.
I didn't blame it.
They got to be able to account. If I was a security guard,
you'd get fucked for that.
And I like got someone in an headlock and fucking ragged them around, I'd be the one getting in trouble.
Yep. I hear people saying, "Oh, fucking, it's the public that pay for it," and I'm like, "Yeah, but you're also paying that bastard's wages for him to run about and be a tyrant." That's the be all end all for me. When folks say, "Oh, it's costing us money," you know, stuff like that. I'm like, no, that officer's costing us money, you know. And I hear people say you should sue the officer individually, but that's a different story. That's actually harder to do, right? Because he'll turn around and say, "I was following orders," you know what I mean, and that's how it'll kind of like transpire. So you go after the boss, you know.
Yeah,
you should be able to go after the corporation for every business. Not just the person that's dealing with you.
Yeah, well,
they'll never get changed. They'll never change policy otherwise, will they?
Yeah, well, the corporation is insured, not for each individual. They're insured as a corporation, so the whole corporation is responsible.
Yep, of course. And that's like, for me, it's dollar dimple simple.
Sounds. Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, if nobody complains, like, how is the only way you get the government to listen? You get businesses to fucking hound them, right? Yeah, and that was proven with the lockdown shit and the passport stuff. That, like, for various weeks, did they work in Edinburgh? You know what I mean? Up here, it was they working in Scotland because I think they were getting blocked, as I've said before. But first weekend it did work. Everybody went out in Edinburgh, and when they went to all these restaurants, expensive shit. Oh, you can't get in. We're never coming back here, you fucking Nazi Gestapo bastards. That's what they all said, because it's always all agreed that everybody would do. And that's what happened. By the Monday morning, those same businesses were at fucking Parliament in Edinburgh telling the Scottish government, you better stop this shit. We lost, our footfall went down at that weekend 70 to 80%, every establishment, and everybody told them, we will never be back, you Nazi bastards. By the Monday, they were telling the Scottish government, you better stop this shit, and it was all gone.
Yeah.
That's why it stopped. That's a fact. So you have to hit them in their pocket, right? You have to hit them where it counts. Monetary value is the only thing that will make them listen. And there's no point just taking money off the copper. You need to take it off the police force, because then they will change policy so that their officers do not fucking do that.
Yeah. I've still create my stink with the local council. I should stop being lazy and get all my shit together and get onto my MP. Like you said, I should go straight for the my MP rather than the local council, and
they then tell them
been lazy. I've got all the shit. I think I'm gonna print everything off so I can send it digitally and paper. You know what I mean? So
do it 3 ways, mate. Do it digitally, paper signed for, and then walk in and get them to sign for it when you walk in with it too. Like send one digitally or send it by recorded delivery. Then email it a week later and then walk in the fucking office with it a fucking week later if you've not had any responses. Kind of maybe like a month's notice for the 2 and then go in at like week 4 with it in your hand and ask for a receipt. You know?
Yeah, I've just got to go somewhere where I can print them off. That's all. And most of the supermarkets, you can fucking plug your phone in and print shit off.
Just stick it on a USB stick or SD card. What about your library? You got a library card? You got a library card?
Yeah, I think my missus has got one.
Just go into the library with a library card. Well, if you and the missus are out shopping one day, you know what I mean? You go past the library, right? Jump in with the missus with a library card and just use your printer there.
Yeah, good idea.
Boom, boom, boom. It'll be cheaper for the fucking prints as well at the library. You get what I mean? Yeah. Because they're not supposed to make any money off you, if you get what I mean. Whereas if you go to Asda or whatever, they'll want like fucking 50p a fucking bit of paper or some shit, more than likely.
Well, that's it. I'd probably want to print a few off. I'd want to keep paper copies for myself, and then like send paper copies every couple of days just to annoy them. You know,
quite right. But that's the only way it works.
Make sure they get it. You know, I'll put at the end of them just to make sure you get it, and I'll pay for the fucking recorded delivery.
Cheap. That's cheap. The recorded delivery is cheap. Just for letters, man. It's only going to be about £1 or something, man. You know
it is. Yeah.
No?
I think it's like 120 for signed for recorded, or 80p for where it's not signed for, but it's officially when
registered as getting there.
When the postman puts it through the door, he presses on his electronic keypad that it's gone through the door.
And that actually has his GPS location. That machine that proves he was at the door. As well. You know what I mean?
So that's 80p for him to do that.
But I would date the 120 when it's signed for. Yeah. You can which bastard fucking got it.
Yep. That's what I'll do.
Guaranteed, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So did Hingme go live this morning? Traveling Tim, was it Traveling Tom?
No.
He was supposed to be going live.
Say something about Tim was supposed to be doing a live or a premiere or a video on him at 8 this morning. I was up and about on the interwebs and saw nothing. So
I was on Ron's last night to about 4:30 or 4ish. I just went to sleep though. That's what I said last night. I said, I'm not fucking watching that. I'm not be fucking. Even if I'm awake at 8:30, I'm fucking consuming caffeine.
Yeah. I sort of had my eye out for it, but no, I wouldn't have been over consumed in it. I wouldn't have been. It's not gonna change my opinion of somebody. Like I said, I don't judge a book by its cover. I've had it done to me all my life, and I've never been to do it. So, unless someone fucking does me real wrong, I'm not gonna really prejudge them, unless they're known fucking wrong, and of course.
There's what's the word? Exceptions to the rule.
Oh, there is exceptions to the rule, yeah.
Nah, man. That's the same with me, man. Once I make a generate an opinion, it's very, very hard to convince me that I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It would have to be something like real cold, hard fucking evidence or something done to me, but I'm not. Like, what's been going on over the last few weeks, I've said a few times, I'm not a witch hunter, and I don't say it just, off the cuff. It's, there is comments flying around in chats, and you hear the odd comment on fucking panels and whatnot, and not directed at people in specifically, but the divisions and the narratives are becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. You know, the how it's been contrived is sort of transparent as fuck at the moment. You know.
Sorry, what?
You know, I said it the other week with all that. You know, nothing against Nathan, Grumpy, fucking Richard, fucking Smiler, any of them guys, but for them lot to come over here, cause division, and shine light on their own sort of community, whether it be for subs or views or whatever. You know, I saw it for what it was straight away, and I'll stand by that now. Still, yeah, even though I like Nathan, Richard's all right, Grumpy's a good geezer. I don't know Smiler or any of the other guys, to be honest, but I knew Richard and Nathan before all this kicked off anyway. So,
Richard
Upton,
that boy in Spain.
Yeah, I know of Upton and Nathan from Glenn's channel and all that, you know, because you know, I know of Glenn and Budge and everybody.
Ah, right, Glenn. Right, go. I kind of Glenn is too. I don't know. I was speaking to Nathan last night. He was fucking talking about something Ron's, and I kind of never rinsed him, but we had a bit of tit for tat. I was like, I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck whether Nathan docks this lassie or not. I especially don't care because it happened a year and a half ago.
It's got no it's got no relevance to my life or my YouTube life at all.
No, I get that.
When they were doing all these lives with playing fucking phone calls for 3 hours, I watched none of it. Absolutely fucking none. I had no intention. I never watched that 3 hour fucking shit. Right? Was that Smokey Boy and Smiler? Was it? Right? Yep. I never watched that. Right? Because I was on the panel on Ron's when Smokey Boy said that he had just done 3 hours and he was going to do a video about it. He was going to play it all so everybody would understand. And Ron asked him a question, right? And he says, no, there's nothing on that 3 hours that categorically proves it was Nathan. No.
So I was like, well, I don't need to watch it then. He's like, no, you did. I was like, you've just told me there's nothing on it that proves it was Nathan. Aye. So I don't need to watch it then. It doesn't prove it was Nathan, so there's no point watching it. Yeah. Like, am I missing something here? But then, because me and Ron on the same night, we had told Smokey Boy, look, you need to fucking calm down, mate. Look, you're scratching yourself and everything now. You're going bright red. You're fucking rubbing your head about. And obviously, because he'd been away for a while for obvious reasons, not going to get into it, right? Yeah. He had to take a bit of time out because he was too stressed and all this shite. And it's like, dude, didn't get involved in this. It's not to do with you. Look at what's doing to you right now. Look at what's doing to you now.
Yeah, just come back. And, if you want to come back and come on panels and chat to people, just sit back and absorb that rather than get involved, and then just join in when it's chat, like on Ron's chatting about music or whatever, or you know, the whatever's going on in the fucking with policing or the financial stuff or whatever you're debating that night, rather than drama. You know, he sit back. He could sit back and you know.
I heard that Ron shut him down that night. Fucking Ron's had shut Smokey Boy down. They had shut him down. We never shut him down. It was me and Ron asking questions like what have you got? Screenshots. Well, did you know that can be faked? Can it? Aye, that can all be faked. And then he went away, Googled shit, and come back and he's like, fucking hell, Joe, you can actually get iMessage generators and all the rest of it. I was like, I can. I've been out for years. You just install it on your phone and make up the numbers, make up the names, and type what you want. It'll generate it all.
Yeah.
You know? That wasn't shutting them down, people, as far as I'm concerned, Ministry, and the rest of you was listening. That was taking an objective outside the box, nothing to do with me. I've listened to this, and if that's all the evidence you got, I can fake that. I could fake that on my fucking S10. You know? Like that Like it's not that hard. I think the minimum Android you need for the message generator is something like Android 6. You know?
Yeah.
So it could be a fucking S2. Get what I'm saying? It could be a Galaxy fucking S2, and you'd still be able to install the app. It's no new tech. It's old, and it's really simple stuff. But if that means you're shutting somebody down, then what's the point of all these conversations? What is the point of having conversations and showing people how things can work if you're just shutting them down? I didn't get it. And why would you classify it as shutting him down? Maybe they meant to say was they just shut us down. You know, the people with the and I'm not saying that's them. I'm not. Didn't misconstrue that I'm saying I think this and that. I'm spitballing because I don't understand how giving honest opinions is shutting someone down. If you said shut the narrative down, I'd agree with you because it did shut the narrative down. It proved that it could be faked and it wasn't the gospel, but it never shut Smokey Boy down because Smokey Boy went and did the live anyway, didn't he?
Well, no, he's no, I don't know Smokey that well. I've only spoken to him like once on a panel or whatever. But he always seems very staunch in his beliefs and sticks to his guns, even though sometimes he might not be completely right. Or his opinion may be a little bit over the top. He still sticks to his fucking guns, like, you know, that's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed. You know, I've not had a lot of interaction with him. But that's what I've noticed. He does stick. He's staunch to his fucking beliefs.
Nothing about that either. It's actually can be quite refreshing. It can be quite refreshing because if you chop and change your mind all the time, ministry, right? You'll get folk like me. Who'll be like, "You're a fucking yes man."
Like
you
me.
Know what I mean? Aye, of course, right? I mean, aye, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah. Fuck's sake, fucking dick. Fucking getting me cock kerfuffled and that. I'm like, oh no, I wasn't trying to take the piss, ministry. Fucking hell. But you know what I mean? So sometimes it doesn't make a difference whatever you do, right? You'll either die a hero or be proven a villain. It's one of the two. You know, if that makes sense. But I just don't understand how people can say things like, oh, they shut him down when he wasn't shut down. And all that really does is drive a bigger wedge, doesn't it? Because then you've got folk like me and Ron that are like, what the fuck? How the fuck did I do that? Like, you know what I mean? And it just continues it. It just keeps it going, you know? But I suppose it's a pot calling the kettle black, me, like, because I can be one of the worst cunts, isn't I? You know what I mean? So, that's what it is.
Yep.
Oh, well. I wonder if Baron's been online.
Don't know. I haven't seen him around today, to be honest.
I've not seen him since last week. I think it was Torbs's thing he was on. I think he was maybe on somewhere after that, but it was a clip I saw, You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he's alright. Baron's alright, he's a nice guy.
Why is everyone crying about Ice having this spanner back? What's Ice done? What have I missed this time? I missed everything. I fucking missed everything.
Look, man, you give him a spanner back, you can he's going to abuse it. What's he done? Oh, he says it's good. He says it's all good, he's not done nothing.
Evening, James. Missed the start, James. I played a bit of Pete Tosh again. I couldn't help myself. No, in that sort of mood. I was rolling, and you know how it is.
Yeah, some things are more important.
Yeah.
Okay, I lost like 5 hours a day.
Yeah, it was lovely here today, and I sort of, I don't know, I woke up at about 5, I think, which was pretty early because I didn't go to sleep that early, and got up and had, because once I'm up out with the dog, all the tidying up done by like 8 o'clock and all fucking sat down and watched a bit of last bit of Nutter.
Oh shit.
And then sat down and watched a bit of telly and fucking fell asleep for a few hours. So I woke up fucking stewed then. So I lost a couple of hours today as well. A couple of hours this morning. I'm going to blame the dog anyway. Or the Indian summer, if we can call it that, for 2 days. Oh, I should really hang my microphone out the back door. They're all like rowdy kids and that. Next door in the churchyard thing. They're not playing football tonight. That's a bonus. Oh, Joe dropped off. He was going to drop off. But link's pinned if anyone wants to come on. I'll have a quick look and see who's scheduled up. Ben, I got a crappy Kia Rio, an older one. So I've got a granddad car. It's a 13 petrol, which means it's extremely good on fuel, and it's only got 50,000 miles on it. And it drives like a brand new car, even though a little bit beat up, but I don't give a fuck. It's only for hauling wet, dirty dogs around and to get my missus to hospital. So it'll do me till I move. And yeah, when I move, my missus said, you know, she thinks we should get another van or another Citroen Picasso, something that's a little bit higher up and a bit easier for her to get in and out of. The Rio's plenty big enough. We can get the wheelchair in it and everything. So, yeah. Kia Rio. Don't know what speakers are in the door, but they fucking bump. So I'm going to have a look. I think they may have replaced the originals, and I'd already bought a set of Alpines to go in the front, which I haven't put in yet. I actually bought 2 sets because I thought there'd be 2 5.25 sets, so 4 speakers, but there's only 2. So I've added an under-seat sub as well, which is fun for a 49-year-old man going down the street listening to fucking Public Enemy blasting. Not being ignorant, I'm just looking to see if anyone's scheduled. Yeah, there's a few live already, but yeah, we're doing all right over here. Get someone on panel if anyone wants to come up. I notice a certain Howley Auditors live. So yeah, I'll keep going. I'll waffle. Maybe even put some music on if no one comes up. Just having a look in the comments a minute. If it gets too heavy again, I would have no evening, Jason. I would have no problem removing all the spanners again, even though I've replaced some spanners and there's some new spanners. I'm still waiting for a few to come in to have their spanners back. Dejected. It might be around that time. I'm sure. I heard a threat. I could be wrong, but I'm positive Shit's heard it as well. He might confirm it if he clips it. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I think she said she'd fight fire with fire and something about addresses and burning. Yeah. Not sure if Jamie's live tonight or I haven't seen anything scheduled. So I'll just keep going. Like I said, there's a couple of people live, but not people that really clash because you guys over here, a lot of you don't frequent them channels anyway. So yeah, it's no problem for me to keep going. My missus is happily watching soaps and shit. I will have to make a cup of tea in a minute, so I will put some music on in a sec. In a ledge. Yeah, I had a meltdown. Well, I didn't have a meltdown. The chat was having a meltdown yesterday, so I removed everybody's spanners last night, and it was a free for all. And as soon as I removed everybody's spanners, everybody decided that they were going to behave themselves, which was quite amusing. Evening, Michael. Big up, Wang. Nice avatar, Jace. Nice picture, I should say. Big up the Wang. Big up Jason's Ginger Wang. Can I put Papa Roach on? Nah, I used to like Papa Roach in the early 90s. No, I'm joking. They're a good band. Let me open up my YouTube a minute. Yeah. YouTube music. We've had Reggie lately. We've had Prog. I don't want to put anything too heavy on, scare anyone away. Let's take a pick from one of my I'll find something eventually. Just set this up a minute. This might be a little heavy for some taste, but ignore the guitaring. Alter Bridge are religious. You never hear any cursing in their music. Not that I'm a religious person, but they are one hell of a band. So here we go. Home along, 2 minutes, just making tea. Dog's pissing outside. He's a dirty bastard. Yeah. I don't think I've got a black screen, did I? No. Whee! Just a copyright claim. Sweet, that'll do. Gotta love a bit of God rock. Gotta be honest. Fucking love Alter Bridge. What a band. I've seen them about, even one emoji, I've seen them about 4 or 5 times now. And every time they blow me away. Mark Tremonti, the guitarist, fucking, oh man. Wow. One of my faves. One of my favourite bands. But I did put Metal Lingus on then because there's probably a few out there that recognise Metal Lingus, and you'll know where from. Just catching up with chat a minute. Fucking dog shit, and I can't stand hearing it. I think it's fucking rubbish, to be honest. Chester. Yeah, sad for Chester because he was like, a manic depressive, and he was on some of them Hollywood types, and he was going to expose people, and he ended up suicided, shall we say, to be safe. Allegedly suicided. But yeah, great bloke. Brilliant songwriter, but it's not for me. It's not for me. I think it's dog shit. Big up, Bagman. Yeah, AC is it's first album syndrome with me. I've got the first album. I've got it put away in a box, and there's no way that I was giving it away when I went for all my CDs to give away. The first album is class, but it's one of them. It's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers with me. I've listened to it that much. I can't listen to it. It's fucking. I'd go in a mate's house. They'd be fucking depressing everybody with fucking Linkin Park, and then you'd go to another mate's house, and I love Alice in Chains. But I would warn anybody who's not feeling the best, who's into that sort of music, feeling a bit down, do not try and cheer yourself up by listening to Alice in Chains. It'll only make you worse. But they're a brilliant band. Jerry Cantrell, fucking brilliant guitarist and songwriter. Yeah, that's a good one, Agent. That's a good one. Yeah, Suicided I like. I do like Suicided. Yeah, it definitely is Mr. Rainbow. Definitely is. But yeah, I like all music. I've got a massive, massive thing for 80s electro, breakbeat, hip hop, early 90s hip hop. Massively into it. Massively into metal. Fucking my first album when I would have been 6 was Iron Maiden when it first came out. I had one brother who was a mod, one who was a punk, one that was into metal. So, Sticks are good. Sticks are good, cheeky. Got a nice groove. Yeah, I do like Ministry, Bagman. Do like Ministry. Now we're talking Dodge Exploited. They were in. They did a punk festival in North Wales in one of the holiday parks a couple of weeks ago. I saw photos on my Facebook yesterday that a friend had taken. Yeah, some of it James W. Some of it. But all the 80s stuff I like, Duran Duran, all that sort of new wave stuff. Not massively into it, but I like it. I like more of the alternative 80s stuff. Yeah, Crowbar got their good stoner metal. Good stoner metal, Crowbar. Zara, good one. I love the Alan Parsons project as well, cheeky. Yeah, I said to you before, AC, I've seen Rammstein about 4 or 5 times as well. What a show. If you want brilliant music and theatre, oh, fucking hell, man. Fuck's sake. It's bonkers. It's amazing. Disgusting band names, Zara. Cannibal Corpse. That's a band. Napalm Death. Another band. Nuclear Assault. Rancid. Yeah. Yes, James W. I'm not so much for the East Coast. The East Coast stuff is more, all the collaboration albums under the Dog Pound and Dre's banner. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I do like Nate. Yeah. ironic one. You know, I'm going to say yes to Peter Gabriel. I'm a prog fan, so the early Genesis, the first 3 or 4 Genesis albums of Peter Gabriel rock my world. Any of them I can put on sort of in the car or in the house and just listen to the lot. Straight through. Tune, K Peanuts, tune. Underrated band and a fucking hell of a tune. Who can it be now? Yeah, I fucking love Men at Work. Yeah, I heard that, Zara. I had an album once called Sodomization of Dogs by some guy called Steve Farting. Oh yeah. UK Shady. There's a band just called Fetus as well. Gross. Lamb of God are fucking one of my favourites. Cleaner, especially the video for Redneck. Fucking hell, amazing, funny. Yeah, both AC. Ooh, we're on music now. Yeah, Soundgarden. Fucking love Soundgarden. Getting a bit behind on the old chat. Yeah, I think I might actually call it. I've been on 2 hours 40. I know there's still 50 odd of us in here, but I don't know if anyone in the chat's going live. Zara, you going live this evening at all? Not sure he's live. I can't reach my phone at the moment, but yeah, I'm going to come off and jump on the panel maybe. And I keep looking at my guitar stand and there's no guitar there, so get the guitar out probably for a strum. Hey guys, RA9 Gamer here. Don't forget to donate straight into my bank so I can get pissed. Precious!
Thank you fuckers for watching. Now piss off and find a less boring stream and recover some of the brain cells you lost while watching Ministry of Madness.
You need to leave!
I think you'd better do what he says, Mr. Kennedy.
Hey guys, AJ Smith here. I just come on panel because I keep getting timed out in chat tub. Hi guys, just a quick one. I need donations for a drinking session. Precious. Deanology here guys. Me and David Scott been bashing each other's asses out for a fortnight. Just letting you know I'm okay. Hey guys, AJ Smith here. I just come on panel because I keep getting timed out in chat tub. Hey guys, RA9 Gamer here. Don't forget to donate straight into my bank so I can get pissed. Precious. Deanology here guys. Me and David Scott been bashing each other's asses out for a fortnight. Just letting you know I'm okay. Hi guys, just a quick one.